going on, people? It's your boy Tots back again for another Arsenal review show. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Let's get into it, man. Obviously, I'm still annoyed. Man, about that defeat against West Ham on Saturday, man. The way we were playing was absolutely atrocious. But let's get into what the manager had to say about it. Was he going to make excuses? Was he going to say how it is? Let's get stuck into it. Before I get into it, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel on the road to 1,500. Big up everyone who's already subscribed already. Make sure you continue to do that for your boy. Let's go. But yeah, man, big up everyone in the building. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look. Big up everyone tuned in. Let's see what Mikel Arteta had to say on the result. Very disappointed. Obviously, very angry as well. I think we have to congratulate West Ham for the victory and the game that they played. But I think a lot of on our side was not right. So yeah, big up West Ham for the victory. Obviously, they deserved to win the game. They defended quite well and created probably the better of the chances in the entire game. If I'm being honest, it didn't allow us to get enough momentum, enough sequence of play with positive action that could deliver into the situations of threat for there, or even the ball. Even through all the ball that we had, the 20 shots, I never felt that we were at the standards or the level we needed to have more threat. We didn't allow them to run. We lost a lot of balls. We allowed West Ham to run into very dangerous areas. Obviously, he's on about Kudus was running ramping, running wild against our defense, man. Honestly, bro, we had to literally get a man sent off because we couldn't like close him down. Obviously, I've seen a few footage afterwards saying that or showing that maybe it was a foul by Kudus on Lewis Skelly. I think it's a 50-50. It did look like it could be a foul, but at the end of the day, man, we didn't do enough in the game anyway to win the game. So it is what it is, man. But at least, to be honest, at least he's being honest. I mean, I don't think he could come out and kid the fans because, bro, I think he'd lose a lot more supporters if he came out and said that we played well, which he has done in the past when we haven't played well. But even him had to hold his hands up and say, yeah, it wasn't good enough. And I'm glad he's taking some responsibility as well, man, because not just only the players, him as a manager, the tactics. How does he not set us up to beat a low block? It's the same teams, like I said, in my fan cam. Make sure you check that out. Like I said in my fan cam, guys, like it's the same teams we always lose to. West Ham, Fulham, we always drop points to. Newcastle, we always drop points to. Villa, we always drop points to, either home or away. Like, it's just the same teams, the same tactics. It's getting very repetitive. And obviously, I've got a little graphic that someone put together about how many times we've obviously dropped points or lost crucial games in the last 5 years of his tenure. So that'll be interesting to go through. But yeah, he's got to sort it out. It's not even just about not having a striker. For the fact that Marino probably wasn't even playing striker. He was everywhere, man. Especially when Zinchenko came on. I don't know if you guys obviously realized it. Zinchenko was kind of playing like a false nine, and Marino was like left wing, left 8, right wing. It's like, bro, what are these tactics, man? You got to look yourself in the mirror and think, you obviously have not set up the team right before the game to make sure that we don't look void of ideas, especially when West Ham are just having 2 blocks of 4, being very compact in the midfield and just defending quite resolutely. Like, we needed something extra. We needed a bit of a different game plan, and we just didn't find it all game. I think we could be playing now, guys, 2 days after that. I don't think we would have scored still. So yeah, crazy how we performed in that game, man. On being angry, you have to be. I hope we are very much, because we didn't hit the levels today, and I'm very much responsible for that, and I'm very angry again. At least he's taking some accountability, man. A lot of managers definitely wouldn't. So yeah, at least he has. I mean, he had to, really, if I'm being honest, man. He was definitely, obviously, he's part of the problem as well in terms of us not getting the result as well as the players. And obviously the board, we're getting back into that obviously later on. But yeah, I'm glad he's taking a bit of responsibility on obviously the players, as well as obviously himself, obviously us not being on the levels. On the injuries having an impact on the team, I refuse that completely, because I'm talking about the standards of the players and the team that we played today. Me included, 100%, we are nowhere near the levels that we have hit to have an opportunity to win the Premier League today. We were very consistent. Yes, but the football is about what you do today. And today it was nowhere near, again, taking accountability for his poor performance. But the real question is like, yes, it's great saying this, and obviously credit to him for actually coming out and saying, yeah, I got it wrong myself, as well as the players. But, you know, when does this accountability actually accumulate into some actions being taken in whether he keeps his job or not, whether he's under pressure or not, whether he gets another summer? Like I said, it should always be a privilege to manage Arsenal Football Club. It should never be a certainty that you're going to be there next season. Never, man. No matter what you do for the club, for any kind of business, for any kind of organization, for any kind of business that's being run, your employees should never think that they just got a job there for life, not depending on what they achieve or don't achieve. Like, that should not be the mentality. It should always be like, well, I'm fighting for my spot, I'm fighting for my place. Because with that, you get the best results. People are still hungry. People are still worried about, you know what, if I don't put my ideas up, if I don't really, really try as hard as I can, I could be, out of the door here. And for me, he doesn't have that kind of mentality at the minute. It's just very, very lax, very, very relaxed. And I think we need to do a bit more in terms of making sure that there's a pressure on everyone, the football club, including the board, including the players, including the manager, man. No one should feel safe, especially when we're not winning trophies as well. Yeah, we've gone to a certain level where we're challenging, but we need to get over the line. Otherwise, like I said, guys, these players will leave the club. I've seen the story before. Man. Saka leaving. I can see it. Saliba leaving. I can see it. I've seen Van Persie leave. I've seen Fabregas leave. I've seen Nasri leave. I've seen these players who are very good players leave the football club, and we struggle to replace them. So, yeah, it is very, very important that we make sure that we win some silverware while these players are in their prime, man. On Ethan Nwaneri going off, it was fatigue, I think. Again, I think another thing that I obviously question about playing him so often, obviously we've got no choice now. We've really got him or Sterling, and we know which one we're going to pick. But yeah, he's a young teenager, man, still 17. He got an injury when we were playing him 3 games in a row before in the obviously early part of the season when he played against Brighton and Brentford. So yeah, it's definitely going to be something we have to look at. And obviously we've got a game on Wednesday. So will he be fit or not? I'm not too sure, man. I'm not too sure. On the lack of front line options, we have to look in the mirror at ourselves and what we can do better. The will, the desire, the way we run, the way we want it. Zero questions about it. But at this level, it's not enough. You have to deliver. It has to be a lot of quality to break a really good team down, to win many more duels than we have done, and put actions that can end up in a really threatening moments for the positions to win the game. And we haven't done that. So yeah, man, he's basically saying that we've not been able to break them down. We've not been able to find a solution, find a real pathway through on goal. And for me, I just think, you know what? You got to do better, man. You've got to do better. I'll be honest. You've got to do better. You've got to come up with different solutions. You've been at the club quite a while now. We've been a decent team for a while as well. Like, we've been a decent team for 2-3 years. And obviously teams are setting up differently against us the last couple of seasons. We need to make sure we find an outlet, a different source of attacking threat to make sure that we're able to break down teams, man. At the minute, it's very, very predictable for Arsenal, man. Everyone knows what we're going to do. Everyone knows we're going to pass it to, obviously, the right winger, whether it's Saka or Odegaard, whoever, or Ethan. Odegaard and Ethan are going to link up, or Odegaard and Saka are going to link up on the right. You nullify that bit. There's nothing going on the left. There's no build-up play on the left. What happened to all that build-up play we had when Granit Xhaka was there, man? It was so fluent, even like with Jesus switching with Martinelli on the left-hand side. Even when Trossard went there, and when Jesus got injured, he was swapping with Martinelli. Do you remember the 3 games, the game that he got 3 assists in the first half against Fulham when we beat them 3-0? And Trossard was supposed to be the out-and-out striker, but it was actually Trossard crossing it in for Martinelli, who was in that striker position to head it in for the second goal. We've not seen any of that since. I don't know where it's gone. There's no surprise that the quality of play in terms of from Martinelli, Trossard, and Jesus have all gone down since we've stopped that little triangle, that little interchange between them 3 when one of them is up front and Martinelli's on the left. I think it's hampered both or all 3 players' games quite significantly. So, yeah, I think he needs to come up with different solutions. Yes, it's difficult without striker, but, bro, this is the bed you and the board chose to lie in. You knew there was always a massive risk that Havertz could get injured at any stage of the season. Do you know what I mean? To ask him to play 90 minutes for the rest of the season, every single game, was ludicrous anyway, considering he's played every single game before this season and played in the Euros and played the majority of the games last season. So yeah, it was an awful gamble. Like, I don't know what you were thinking. You should have strengthened in January, but they didn't. And yeah, now we're in this position now, man. We're in this position now with no striker. You already knew Gabriel Jesus had an ACL. So yeah, it is very, very worrying times for the club. I don't know what we're going to do. And what we'll do between now and Forest, first we have to suffer for 24 to 28 hours, feel the pain, make sure that we come back on Monday with the bite and anger instilled in us for Wednesday. So yeah, that's going to be a difficult game. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you've not already, guys. I'm going to be doing a watch along for that. That should be good. Wednesday, Forest versus Arsenal, 3rd versus 2nd. Yeah, that should be a very good game. But in terms of how we're going to be playing, bro, we need to see something different as Arsenal fans, man. We need to see something different that's really going to bring Arsenal fans off their seat, because at the minute, going forward, it's so mundane. I'm going to assume that Forest are going to be sitting back, defending quite resolutely, giving us all possession and just hitting us on the counter-attack, which is what they do against the bigger side. So, yeah, it's going to be a difficult game. We have to see how the team recovers from that. But I'm not looking forward to watching it, man, in terms of from an Arsenal point of view. Obviously, it'll be a good game. But, yeah, Arsenal really need to put some more positivity back into me as a fan after the performance I've just seen on Saturday. And I think a lot of people are like that as well. And how we play much better. It's my responsibility for the team to play much better than it did today. We have to play much better with much more quality, much more interaction. It's not good enough. That's on me. Again, I'm glad he's taking some responsibility and saying that that's obviously on him. But at the same time, like I said, once you do this, this does open up a can of worms in terms of, okay, how far does this go? Do you just get blamed for every single defeat? Is there a kind of a consequence because you keep saying that you need to get better at the players and you're not? So yeah, it's a slippery slope he's gone down, man. It is a slippery slope he's gone down in terms of blaming himself. But we'll see how that pans out. On the team selection, I would do the same. I would play the same players, but when you lose, you get it wrong. The tactics, the intentions, everything. That's what I felt. I have to do what I felt. But yeah, I mean, again, stubborn till the end. That's one of the obviously problems people have with Arteta, man. He's very, very stubborn. He just always wants to go the same route. Doesn't really want to change it unless he's really forced to by injury or really bad form. So yeah, that's one of the things I definitely needs to improve on as a manager, man. He needs to be more flexible, 100%. I feel like if he was, then we might see a bit of variation in terms of tactics, in terms of going forward, in terms of attacking play. And we need to see something different in terms of how the team are set up as well, man. I just feel like every game, it's just the same predictable patterns. And even when we've not got the personnel, this is one of the biggest critics I do have about Mikel Arteta, is that he doesn't really adapt to the plays he has. He just has a certain a certain way of playing. And he just never changes, even though we've got different personnel in that position. He still expects the team to play the same way. And I feel like it doesn't obviously work when we've got different quality of players coming in to replace the injured players and different style of players coming in to replace the injured players. So that's definitely something he has to change. On the impact on the energy levels, hopefully it's a positive one, because it's already very negative what the result brings and the consequences to that. So hopefully very positive to be to understand that we need to raise the level. Yeah, we do need to raise the level, man. We do need to raise the level. Hopefully we can do it on Wednesday, but I don't know, man. I'm not really looking forward to the game. Like I said before, we'll have to wait and see on that. And if you saw the performance coming, no, especially the way we trained all week, but this is football. Sometimes you see the warm-up and they're flat, and then the game starts and we're flying. I think the way the game started and how we were presenting the ball, the giveaways, we never got there. But we have 70, 80 minutes to work on that. We certainly tried, but it wasn't good enough. 100%, man. It definitely wasn't good enough, the performance. It was far from good enough, man. And the manager, again, like he said, he's taking the blame, rightfully so. And the players as well, man. Some of these players were absolutely atrocious. And I've been not been good for a while. I'm looking at the captain. I'm looking at Odegaard. Not been good for a while. Declan Rice has not been good against West Ham at the Emirates for some particular reason. It's very, very bizarre. Very bizarre, man. And yeah, the defense, obviously, it was poor from the defending, from the goal we conceded from Gabriel and Rice and Calafiori as well, not closing down Wan-Bissaka, not having that intensity that he needs to go 1v1 with a fullback. So yeah, not very happy with obviously his performance, and the rest of the team as well. Overall was not good enough. On West Ham's performance, they see that we are not there, and they start to have more belief. They have an opportunity to run one or two times. Kudus gets the ball. He gets you out of trouble when the situation is locked. He unlocks the situation and spaces are open. You have to do that. And then before half time, there's a moment we have them, and then suddenly they score a goal, and it gives them more belief. So credit to them. This is what I'm saying, man. This is the difference between having a top-class player or a player that's a game changer, a player that has certain styles and certain characteristics in his game, being a good ball carrier, being someone that's strong on the ball. He obviously has similar characteristics to Bukayo Saka, but bro, we could not get the ball off him, man. He was just on a mission, Kudus. Like, he was just ball carrying everywhere. Every time there was a little bit of pressure, he was getting the ball, obviously, and just going past our players, winning a free kick. Obviously, won them the red card by Lewis Skelly as well. Yeah, we couldn't handle him, man. We couldn't handle him all game, and it just goes to show when you've got quality players in those attacking areas, they can just change the game and win you games where you don't really think you've done too much in terms of going forward, but you've just done enough, that moment of brilliance from a certain player to get you a good away win at a big ground, man. And that's what West Ham have done for the second season in a row. Crazy, man. Crazy work. On the Premier League title race, it's not in our hands. For me, I'm really, really annoyed with things that were in our hands that we didn't do as well as we possibly could, and that's the performance. Well, yeah, if that is not the manager conceding the title, I don't know what is, man. But he's right. He's not in our hands anymore. It's not in our hands anymore, man. I mean, it was a struggle for it to be in our hands, if I'm being honest. And I think we had to win this game in hand. It would be 5 points. Hope Liverpool drop another point or so, or lose another game, and then we would have to obviously beat them at Anfield, win our game in hand, and then we would be ahead of them. But nah, for me, it's just not been good enough all around. If I'm being honest, man, it's just not been good enough all around. On Lewis Skelly's red card, I haven't seen it back yet, but honestly, I would focus on what we have to do. I don't know if the decision was right or wrong. I haven't seen it to evaluate, but I think we should have done better. It wasn't enough. He definitely seen it, and it's definitely a red card. He's got no qualms about it, man. It's definitely a red card. On it being a learning curve for Miles, I have to see the action back to evaluate it. On the supporters, I understand as well that we want it and we are trying so hard. We are against a lot of things and we had a great opportunity today and we didn't deliver. I think that's human. You ask so many times what is ideal and what the team needs and how we overcome it, certain deficiencies we have in the squad. And it is the supporters being in every single moment. That is my dream, but I am not here to demand that of the crowd. So, yeah, man, I think with that, I've got a bit of an issue for the simple fact that Arteta was the guy that told me, do not be satisfied when we didn't win the league. We lost out on the last day by 2 points, one win. One of the games that we lost, we would have won the league. And he told me not to be satisfied. So now I'm not satisfied. I'm listening to you from last year. You said, don't be satisfied with second place. We want more and we'll get it. So you got to deliver. And this is the thing with Arteta, man. He talks a big game and he says all the right things. But, bro, I need to see you deliver it on the pitch for me to believe. Do you know what I'm saying? I need to see you deliver on the pitch. And at the moment, he has not done it at all in terms of building his own team and winning silverware, man. So, yeah, that was the end of, obviously, that. Let's go to the stats that I was talking about earlier, man. And, yeah, not ideal. Look at this, man. Look at the state of this. So, we've got from 2021, 2022, someone posted a post on X. And look at all these defeats from Arsenal in either cup games or crucial games, man. So we've got 1-0 away at Forest. We lost in the third round of the FA Cup in the 2021-2022 season. Remember, Forest were in the Championship in this season. So they weren't even a Premier League club. We lost 1-0. And we played a pretty decent team, to be honest with you. The only probably first team I can remember not playing was Lacazette. I remember Eddie playing up front instead. But yeah, woeful performance, awful. And yeah, we lost 1-0, man. And we're at the FA Cup just like that. And that was a poor moment. In the Carling Cup or Carabao Cup, we lost 2-0 over 2 legs against Liverpool. I actually went to the away game. We drew 0-0. We got another red card. Shock. I mean, it seems like we're getting 4 or 5 red cards a season with Arteta as the manager, but that's neither here or there. But yeah, red card by Xhaka. We ended up getting a 0-0 draw at Anfield. Everyone was happy. Took them back to the Emirates and we lost 2-0 in the Carabao Cup, man. And yeah, Liverpool have knocked us out a few times in cup competitions, but this was the first. 2 goals from Jota, poor keeping by Ramsdale, I remember. I think for both of them, if I'm being honest. And that was another competition where we could have got to the final and won. I think Liverpool went on to win that cup in the end. So, yeah, another competition out in the semi-finals. And then in the crucial crunch time of top 4, we lost 3 games in a row. Crystal Palace 3, Arsenal 0. That was actually on my birthday as well. We lost 3-0, got absolutely battered. 3-0 away from home. Then we lost 2-1 at home to Brighton. Brighton seemed to be our bogey team, especially at the Emirates. We lost 2-1 at home to them. And then 1-0 away, another bogey team, Southampton, away from home, lost 1-0 to them. 3 losses in a row. And then when we needed, I think it was only 4 points out of 9, I think, or something like that. We ended up getting 3 out of 9. We lost to Spurs away, 3-0, and then lost to Newcastle away, 2-0. And yeah, we ended up not getting top 4. So that was a very, very bad season, in my opinion. And we didn't win anything as well. Very bad season. We're on to this season. And the next season, 2022-2023, and we've got Arsenal versus Sporting. This is the one that no one really talks about as well, but this is the one that gets me the most mad. This is the one that gets me the most hot, bro, because before the start of the season, I remember it was Odegaard. It was in America, Odegaard, and it might have been Arteta, but it's definitely Odegaard that said because remember we weren't predicted to even challenge for the league, never mind win the league or anything like that. The onus was to get top 4, get back into the Champions League, and win the Europa League, man. And we got knocked out at home by Sporting Lisbon, who then got knocked out, I think, by Juventus the next round. So they were even a top team in it. I don't know how we didn't beat these guys, especially at home. Yeah, poor all round, man. And this is when I started to question, Mikel Arteta's I don't know, winning mentality in terms of, okay, we're doing well in competitions. Let's see if we can make sure we get something over the line. We're playing very, very well this season. We need to get something over the line. Obviously, I don't blame him for playing Saliba and Tomiyasu. I know a lot of people blame him for that, but I don't blame him for playing Tomiyasu and Saliba. I feel like we had to play them to try and win the game. They both got injured, which is very, very unlucky. But, bro, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Big up Husband. He says, how you doing, Tots? Big up as always. Big up, brother. I hope you're good, man. I hope you're well. Just going through, obviously, the last couple of seasons, man, and all the big games that Arsenal have lost or gone out to in terms of cup competitions. And bro, it's nasty work, man. It's not a pretty sight. I'll be honest. Just looking back and remembering what's happened all of these times, it's been really, really bad, man, in terms of the results, man. But yeah, out of the Europa League, that's one that really, really annoys me, because I feel like we could have won that Europa League, man. I feel like we could have won that. That would have been a good thing to put on Mikel Arteta's CV in terms of winning Arsenal a European trophy. We've not won many. So, yeah, that would have been a good thing. But knocked out of that. Then, obviously, the Carabao Cup got knocked out 3-1 at home to Brighton, which is obviously not ideal. Not ideal at all. Again, third round, played at a weakened team. You could argue, well, we wouldn't have done well in the league if we would have stayed in this competition, maybe. But again, not good to go in the first round of the Carling Cup. 2-2 away at Liverpool. This is obviously in the crunch period of the title race. 2-2 away at West Ham. We were 2-0 in both games. 3-3 at home to Southampton, man. Southampton, again, got relegated that season, I believe. And another game against Southampton where we struggled against not a very good team. And then 4-1 away at Manchester City. And people say this is the game that really gave Mikel Arteta PTSD, because after this game, he just changed how he played completely. We didn't see any kind of interchanging with the forward line. The defense was very, very compact after this. The midfielders and the attackers were very defensive-minded in terms of getting back and helping defend. And yeah, this is the last time we had that free-flowing football, man. And we had gaps and spaces in the midfield. But yeah, it's crazy, man. That was the last time. 0 wins in 4, league lost. Let's go back to last season, shall we? And yeah, there was a couple of defeats where we were thinking, how did we lose to these kind of teams, man? Obviously, lost to West Ham 2-0 at home, just like we lost to them, obviously, at the weekend. Away at Fulham 2-1. Again, another team we struggle against, home and away. Lost 2-0 at home to Villa. Again, this was the game that obviously cost us the league. If we would have won that, we would have obviously won the league. Crucial title challenging losses. Losing 2-0 at home to a weakened Liverpool side when we had loads of chances. A bit similar to what we did against Man United in the FA Cup. 2-2 at home to Bayern, and then 1-0 away to Bayern. Another Champions League exit. Not great. And then on to this season, man. On to this season. 4-0 on aggregate against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. Absolutely atrocious, man. Not good enough. Not good enough at all. Back to Arsenal versus United, out of the FA Cup on penalties against 10 men. The worst Man United team I've ever seen in my life. And we got lost. We got knocked out, sorry. And then, yeah, we lost at home to West Ham. Inexcusable title challenging loss. And that's the title done for this season. So how long will this cycle continue, man? It is actually a very, very good point. I'm not sure how long it's going to continue, if I'm being honest. I'm not sure how long it's going to continue. But at the minute, I'm just not... I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced this is the guy forward. I'm just not convinced that we're going to progress if we give him more money in the summer. And even if we give him more money, guys, like, who is he actually going to get? Who is he? Is he going to get that proper striker? Or is he going to get Sesko? Now, for me, Sesko looks like a potential player again. Is he going to come in and score loads of goals? And now, look, you can say, well, Isak was a kind of a potential player. He was a younger player. Never got more than, I think, 8 league goals in La Liga. Came in and look how many goals he scored for Newcastle. And that's fair enough. But you're taking a massive chance. This is supposed to be phase 6, 7, 8. Now, I don't know what phase it is, man. But it's supposed to be the last part of the puzzle to get us over in terms of winning major titles. I mean, if we buy a striker and we don't win anything, then surely everyone would be on the same board. Like, you know what, this guy is not gonna be the guy. I've already think that already, but some people obviously still think he can do it with a striker. But yeah, if he got a striker and then we didn't do it, then he's got nowhere to stand, man. That'll be it for me. Well, it is already it for me anyway, but that'll be it for a lot of people. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see who he gets. Obviously, he wants Sesko. But I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get him, man. If I'm being honest, I don't know if we're going to get him in terms of, are the club going to be willing to pay the money? It's just a weird one. I don't think it's definitely certain they're going to be paying the money, but we shall see, man. We shall see. But yeah, going back on obviously what I was saying in terms of obviously striking wise, manager wise, it's a lot to take in, man. And I feel like this summer is the biggest in Arsenal's history, in modern history, because we need to make sure we don't let players have a wandering eye. Saka's got what? I don't know how many years he's got left. 2 years left. Saliba's got 2 years left. Odegaard's got 2 years left. These guys are going to need renewing. And are they going to renew, bro? Oh, guys, are they going to renew? Let me know in the comments if they're going to renew, because I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure they're going to renew, man. I think it might be a sticky one. It might be a tricky one. So for me, we need to make sure that we got everything in place. We're going to have to replace players like Thomas Partey. We're going to have to replace players like Jorginho. Kivio's probably going to get sold. Zinchenko's probably going to leave as well. So there's a lot to take in, man. There's a lot we have to digest, take in. And I think it might be a difficult stage for Arsenal if we don't get the signings right, if we don't get the adequate replacements right. We already seen this season we didn't replace people like Smith or Vieira. When we sold them, Eddie and Ketia, even though they weren't probably at the level, we needed to replace their bodies just because we're playing more games this season. Going to be the same next season. We're probably going to qualify for the Champions League. We're probably going to play, and again, another 8 in the group stages. So, yeah, it's a difficult time for the team in terms of playing a lot of games, and the squad. It's going to be strained if we do not provide the proper quality in place to make sure that we are challenging on all fronts, man. Because we need to win a trophy. Any trophy will do for me. We need to win something. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it is a bit of a difficult one. It's a bit of a sticky one, but we shall see what happens, man. But yeah, going back to obviously the game at obviously on Wednesday. Yeah, I'm not too confident, guys, man. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you think Arsenal are going to win, but for me, I'm not too confident we're going to win that game, man. Just for the simple fact that even if we do play Mourinho again, is he going to stay up front? Is he going to drift out to the left or right? Are we going to create chances against again another low block? Forest will, even though they're at home, they'll go out, try and stink it out, low block it, do whatever they can to frustrate Arsenal. Then hits on the counter attack. We've seen how they did it even in the Newcastle game with Hudson-Odoi, with Elanga, with Chris Wood, who's in sensational form. 18 league goals already this season. Going to hit 20 for Nottingham Forest, which is an amazing achievement. So yeah, going to be a difficult game, man. But we'll have to see what happens with it, man. But I'm not the most confident. I'll be honest with you. I'm not the most confident. I can see Arsenal losing another game, and if they lose another one, man, it's going to be absolute chaos in the fan base. Absolute chaos. I've seen people melting down on the timeline the last 2 or 3 days, and yeah, I don't blame them really, because a lot of people have invested a lot of time, money, effort into this club, and it just feels like it's not being repaid, especially with the fact that we've not been strengthening into January or the summer adequately windows. The last 3? The last 2 January ones and the last summer one have not been good enough for a club of Arsenal stature and standard and where we're trying to get to, which is winning the Premier League and winning the Champions League. You have to do more financially in terms of boosting up the squad and getting the right players in place to make sure you're at the top at the end of the season. But yeah, it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case this season, especially in the league. Champions League, obviously, going to be very, very difficult to get past PSV and whoever it is, Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid, which is who we'd have in the next round if we got past PSV. So yeah, difficult times, man. Scary times. I don't know what to say really in terms of how I feel the season's going to go. I just feel like it's over now. And the Arsenal just really needs to try and bring back some positivity back into the fan base. They need to put in some good performances to make the fans know that they're not going to give up on obviously even the Champions League or the title, even though it looks like a far-fetched thing. But yeah, we're just not good enough in the title race. We can't put a running together. It'll be 2 or 3 games we win, and then we'll drop more points against some random team at home probably. So yeah, it's disappointing, man. It's very, very disappointing. Big up Liam, bro. How are you doing, my man? Hope you're well. And make sure you like the video for me, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts on obviously Arsenal and Arteta as well. Big up Liam, says fans still bickering on about Arteta on Twitter. Yeah, I was just saying, bro. It's been absolutely chaos. Absolutely chaos in the timeline, man. Like people are just arguing, bickering, being very, very obviously back and forth. Bit similar, not as bad. Bit similar to obviously the Arsene Wenger days, where it's Wenger in, Wenger out. So yeah, that's not obviously ideal. I've blocked them all. Nah, fair enough, man. Fair enough. You don't want to see it. You gotta just move on, block them all, man, and do what you gotta do. Liam says it's been 5 years, no title, bro. No title, no trophy. That's the thing with me, man. Like, I understand. Like, bro, the title's hard to win. I get that. Manchester City have been amazing in the last 4 or 5 years. Whatever. For me, I just want you to win something first. If you can't win the title, cool. You can't win the title. Like, to be honest with you, I don't think we've ever been in a position to win the title because we haven't bought a striker. We need a striker up front. Then I can be confident in myself that we could win it. But until we do that, I'm not going to be happy with Havertz. I'm not going to be happy with Jesus up front, man, for us to win a title, even though we probably should still have won one, if not 2, the last 2 years. So, yeah, for me, it's more what he's done in the cups, man. I've just gone through, obviously, the list of cup exits. exit to Nottingham Forest, who were in the Championship at the time. We got knocked out by Brighton in the 3rd round. We got knocked out by West Ham in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. We just lost 4-0 aggregate to Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. Bro, these are trophies we should be winning, bro. These are trophies we should be winning. So yeah, it's not great. Arteta out, says Liam. I hear that, bro. I hear that. Never wanted him. Me neither, man. Me neither. He wasn't the guy for me either, bro. He wasn't the guy for me either. I feel like there's much better options out there. Much better options, man. But yeah, this is who we're stuck with, man. Unfortunately. Big up everyone locked in. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Look at this troll, man. Hold that. And look at this guy, bro. Enough is enough. Nah, legit, bro. Like I was saying before, like, when is this gonna end? Like, when are we actually gonna get a resolution on this club about winning things, man? Winning trophies. Like, bro, 5 years is crazy for a team like Arsenal not to win anything. Slotted his first season is cooking, no excuse for after. Bro, this is what I'm saying. And this is where a lot of Arsenal, like, people that love Arteta or whatever, they've not got a real like leg to stand on, for the simple fact that Slot's come in, no experience in the Premier League, and come in and won a Premier League, the first attempt. Crazy, with Man City, with Arsenal in the league, with Chelsea in the league, and all these other teams. So yeah, it's not ideal, man. Big up AJ, says Arteta is factually 1 trophy from a possible 21. He needs to be sacked, bro. Once you pull out the facts, man, it's spooky times, bro. It's spooky times. 1 trophy from 21, 1 final in 21 as well. 2 finishes out of what a possible, I don't know, 4 or 5 seasons he's been here. It's not the best, man. It's not the best, especially from a trophy standpoint. So yeah, I can understand why fans are not happy with him. I'm included in it as well. He's had a lot of money too. He's had what? How much? 700 million, 600 million, whatever it is. And yeah, the results are not resulting, man. The results are not resulting. We could possibly be out of the top 4 this season. Sesko. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a massive fan of Sesko. I've not watched too much of him. Obviously, he's got decent numbers, but for me, we need to go higher, man. We need to get someone that's really, really recognized. We need to get someone that's really like established in terms of being a top striker, man. That's what we need, bro, in my opinion. We're having flipping Marino as a striker. Nah, this is what I'm saying, man. Bro, it's got to go on the board. The board have been shocking. Like, the board and the manager and anyone involved in, like, the decision-making in the club to leave us so short that we're having to play flipping Marino, who's not been good enough as a midfielder, by the way, as up front is absolutely appalling. In a time we're trying to go for the Champions League and the league. We're trying to win both. Like, it's mental, man. How... Bro, we should have had, the fans should have had an uproar with that. The fact they shut the window and didn't actually buy anyone was absolutely shocking. And when Havertz went down injured, I was like, serve the board right. Obviously, the fans don't deserve it, but the board do. But this is what happens when you take risks, unnecessary risks, where you don't want to splash the cash when Arteta's wasting transfer windows, not buying players because he's got the next season and the next season and the next season always guaranteed. It's like, bro, you should be living on a season-by-season basis. Why are you talking about the summer? We're still in a season now, bro. We're still in a season now. What are you going to do this season? Why are you talking about all the seasons, bro? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, man. But yeah. Not happy with it at all. Not happy with it at all. Liam says, like Conte said, make an alibi, make excuses. Like, your facts, bro. Yeah, you can't just keep making excuses. Sometimes it's going to come to a head, and there's got to be a time where you're accountable for your decision making. And yeah, this club needs to be held accountable for their decision making, their lack of success when it comes to winning trophies, in my opinion. Once PSV knock us out, what is the excuse then? Yeah, bro, I've just seen Lucas Perez, the former Arsenal player. How poetic is it going to be, bro, when the former Arsenal player knocks us out after being a free agent for the last, I don't know, 8 months or whatever? He's going to come back against Arsenal and score against us, maybe even at the Emirates. Madness, man. Teams will slaughter us now. They know our weakness. We will struggle to get top 4. Joke. Yeah, I said that in my watch along, bro. If you've not watched it, make sure you check it out against West Ham. I said, bro, with this team, this attack is going to struggle to get top 4, bro, just because we've got no one that's going to score the goals, bro. We've got a 17-year-old on the right. We've got Trossard who's not scored. Well, I think he's got like 4 league goals all season, and we're in like nearly March. We've got a striker playing up front who's not a striker. Then we've got Odegaard who's scored, 2 open play goals in like a year. Bro, we're not scoring a lot of goals. And Saka and Martinelli might be back in April, but again, you'd be probably rushing them back, especially after a hamstring injury, which you're better off not doing, man. It's absolutely madness, man. Big up AJ says, I just want to say this fact as well. Club has spent £400 million sitting in the bank spare account, so we've got the money to spend, to buy whenever we need. Yeah, We have got money, man. It's Arteta don't want to spend it. It's similar to Wenger, man. The Cronkies don't want to spend it. Arteta don't really want to spend it unless it's the right profile for him. But again, for me, he's just wasting years, wasting transfer windows, man. What a crap process. Yeah, man, a process with no actual silverware on the end is crazy. 5 likes. Yeah, make sure you guys hit the like button. It helps the channel grow. Make sure you hit the like button. How many likes are we on now? We're on 6 likes. Smash that like button, people, man. Let's see if we can get to 10, bro. How many people are in there? 10 people are in there. Bro, all of you smash the like button if you've not smashed it already, man. We can do this. Obviously, we can do this, man. Big up everyone locked in the chat. Make sure you smash that like button for your boy. Obviously, I'll be back on at 6 with Colin for a Arsenal and Chills. So make sure you guys tune in for that then. Big up Lehman says, Arteta is so protected by the fans. And even by the pundits. Yeah, bro, he gets a lot of plaudits, man. He gets a lot of plaudits, a lot of love. For me, for doing that, you're not doing it enough, in my opinion, in terms of winning silverware, man. You look at how Emery's treated and how, bro, he's won 4 Europa Leagues. He's won silverware in his career, and he doesn't get treated with the same laud and the same respect that an Arteta gets, man, which is crazy when you think about it, considering how their managerial career has gone for either, man. All because Arteta is handsome. LOL. Embarrassing, says Liam. What do I understand why most fans say Arteta deserves next season? I don't want to waste 4 winnable trophies. Yeah, legit, man. Like I said, we're just wasting season after season. Like I said, bro, like these players will leave eventually. Saliba, Saka, Gabriel, Odegaard, all these big players that everyone loves and likes and whatever, they're top players. They're going to go to Real Madrid. They're going to go Man City. They're going to go Liverpool. They're going to go also all these Bayern Munich, all these top European teams who have shown more ambition and are more likely to win trophies across the board rather than staying at Arsenal where we might challenge for the league. We're going to get dumped out all the cups early on or not go to the finals. Bro, it's just the same old every single season, man. It's so frustrating, man. Big up AFC Vigilante. Big up Tops, in my opinion. Arsenal could finish in 5th or 6th. All it takes is one injury to Timber, Saliba, or Gabriel, and a free fall down the league will happen. Yeah, big facts, bro. Big up for the comment, man. Big facts, man. All it takes is one, bro. All it takes is one, because we haven't really got replacement for Saliba, really. Obviously, we played Ben White there when he got suspended against Bournemouth. Timber's played there as well, but he's more suited to being like a right back, left back, because considering obviously his height and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I think honestly, without scoring goals, it's our defense at the minute that's keeping, in my opinion, us in that Champions League spot. But bro, any kind of injuries to them or Raya, if Ray gets injured, God forbid, or suspended, Neto is not good enough, man. He's not good enough for us to be challenging for the Champions League, in my opinion, man. He was, Bournemouth let him go because he wasn't good enough for Bournemouth. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, not good enough at all. So we're in trouble, man. We're in trouble. We best hope we don't have that happen to us. Big up AJ, just sub to the channel. Well, big up, brother. Big up. I really appreciate that, man. Big up. I'm happy to get rid of Odegaard. Yeah, we need to have a chat about Odegaard, man. Odegaard has been poor, guys. He's been poor for a lot of the season, man. The only 3 games that I feel like he's been at his best is the West Ham game, the Sporting Lisbon game, and the Nottingham Forest game. The first 3 games he was back. Ever since that Man United game when we won 2-0 in the league, bro, he's not been at it. I know he scored against Manchester City, but I don't think he played particularly well on the ball. Off the ball, he was decent. But yeah, we need to have a talk about him, man. He needs to step up because at the minute, it's not being good enough. Real Madrid wants Saliba and Gabriel this summer. We are finished. Saka will do a hurricane. It gave us 28 and then leave to win. Yeah, man. Literally, man. And you got to think about it, guys. Like, Saka's only 23. He's only got 2 years left on his deal. He's only 23. It's not like he's a major, 29, 30. Like, he's got a lot of time on his hands. Like, bro, we need to make the most of him coming into his prime. We can't allow him to be wasting season after season after season because eventually he will go to a better and bigger club. And yeah, he will win trophies there because he's a great player. And also need to show the same ambition, man. Big up people said, stop going to games, people. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the only ways you're going to stop, obviously, the owners or get the attention of the owners is stop going to games. And we've seen it on the Wenger. I remember that Manchester City game, we lost 3-0 in the league after we lost 3-0 to them in the Carling Cup final. And it was empty, man. Bro, during that time, they were messaging me because I was only a Red member at the time. They were emailing me tickets like, please come to the games. It was like Southampton and Stoke and all the games. They needed people to go because no one was turning up. Obviously, now they've changed it a little bit with the red ballot. And obviously now, if you don't go to, 3 games in a row, you get your season ticket revoked. So, yeah, they're trying to put things in place so it doesn't look as bad. But, bro, people need to make a change, man. AFC Vigilante says Timber is going to get injured crazy amounts of minutes after coming back from an ACL. Yeah, that's the next one to go down, man. Unfortunately, I'm hoping Ben White starts playing games now just to give Timber a little bit of a rest, because what he's done has been absolutely magnificent, by the way. To play the amount of games and the 90 minutes he's played, and week in, week out, midweek, weekend, after coming back from an ACL. This season should have been a breaking in period where he just played the odd game here or there. Not played so many. Like, he's played so much minutes, man. To the 90 as well. I just think it's been a bit unfair for him. And yeah, wouldn't be surprised if he gets like niggling injuries, man. Honestly, I would trade Odegaard for Eze, then we actually get better without question. Nah, bro, Eze is a top player as well, bro. I think we're playing Odegaard in the wrong position still. I feel like he's a number 8. He's too indecisive to be a 10. Like when he's giving up to shoot, it takes too long. When he's giving up to pass, it takes too long. He shimmies. He does the pirouette. He does similar to Danny Ceballos. He's starting to do that pirouette where he just turns back around. That time in obviously the game of the weekend where he's just spinning around. I'm like, bro, just pass the ball. He's not like very quick when it comes to playing someone in. He always takes long for his decisions. So yeah, I think that puts him up being a number 10 for me. Odegaard for me has never gotten over that injury. Yeah, maybe so, man. Maybe Arteta rushed him back as well. Maybe I think he did rush him back because the original diagnosis was supposed to be at least 3 months minimum, but he ended up coming back in November and he did it in September. So yeah, we probably did rush him back, bro. I think he had the initial adrenaline of the 3 games, where he was very, very good. But then ever since then, man. But, bro, I feel like he's got injured. He's not recovered from the injury, and then he's lost a bit of confidence because his performance is not being very good. And then, bro, even like his like normal touches, his passing has been awful. Like, it's been really, really bad. So, yeah, man, not ideal. Not ideal at all, guys. But big up everyone in the chat. Make sure you like the video for your boy. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. All of that good stuff, man. Going to be doing a show at 6 o'clock with Colin. So stay tuned for that in an hour. But big up everyone locked in, tune in. AJ says, I want to say this as well. The women's side sacked the manager this season, who's won 2 trophies from a possible 9. At least the women's side actually wants to win. Yeah, that's the big facts, bro. The women's side, man, they're not afraid to make changes. That's the thing over that side. But this men's one, man, I think they're just sticking with the status quo just for the sake of it. I think they've wielded out a lot of PR when it comes to Arteta, process, journey, all of those key buzzwords to make people invested and trying to capitalize on maybe that feeling of, oh, we're going to watch the team go from the bottom all the way to the top. But, bro, you've got to win stuff on the way to make sure it's been a success, in my opinion, man. You have to do it. Sterling is not now taking free kicks because our captain is afraid and he hides on the counter-attack. That, bro, is a last man lost. Don't get me even started with our goalkeeper, bro. He's playing in midfield. Bro, you know what? I actually feel sorry for Ray, because that is definitely 100% a tactic by Arteta. Arteta is telling him to play it on the halfway line. I think that's why he was getting annoyed with Ramsdale, because Ramsdale never used to do that. Ramsdale was way further back than Raya is. I think Raya goes into midfield because he's a bit more comfortable on the ball. But that is definitely a tactic by Arteta. I remember him coming out and saying that he likes to have the keeper as an extra outfield player because he can obviously create angles for defenders to obviously break the press and stuff like that. And Gabriel and Saliba can obviously pass to him when they're in trouble getting pressed. But yeah, man, it's always a risk though, man. And I don't really like seeing it myself, bro. Like, even with the red card, if he was further in his goal, then he might not have got it, just for the simple fact that he's got a long way to go. The keeper's obviously in the goal. Remember, it was on the halfway line, people forget, but it's just because Ray was so far up that, bro, Ray's not even the goal. It's goal scoring opportunity. Could have lobbed him, could have chipped him, could have gone around him. Like, yeah, Ray was scrambling back. So yeah, not ideal, man. I could go on and on. Marino, what are we doing? Yeah, I hear it, man. Kroenke out, Arteta out, Kroenke out. Nah, fully hear it, bro. I think there's a lot of change that needs to happen for Arsenal to obviously win major trophies. I mean, I seen the tweet that obviously Troops, big up Troops. He said, I don't know when the next time Arsenal are going to win a major, man. And it's sad, bro. I actually don't know when either. Like, you just don't know, innit? Because even if we get a new manager, let's say we need to get rid of Arteta, the new manager that comes in, is he going to have the same hunger to win? Are they even going to appoint a manager that has even experience of winning league titles? I don't know. You don't know with this board, man. It just seems like they're content with just winning qualifying for the Champions League rather than anything else, man, which is very, very sad to see. I can't even lie, man. Vigilante says, I want Arsenal to go back to playing two strikers, guaranteed one will score if the other one doesn't. Yeah, man. I've been saying that a long time, man. Like, the times when we had Van Persie, Adebayor, Bentner, Eduardo in the same squad. Oh, I dream for something like that now. Honestly, man. Even when we had Aubameyang and Lacazette, that was only, 4 or 5 years ago. At least we had two guys that were both different, both could play together, both had different traits, different qualities. Obviously, Aubameyang was more about his off-the-ball movement, his finishing, etc. Lacazette was more of a hold-up man, but can definitely finish as well and can link up better than, obviously, Aubameyang. So they both had their different traits. Aubameyang was obviously quick as well. So now we haven't got one striker. We had two at the same time, two playing together. Now we ain't got one in the entire squad, which is madness. And it must be Arteta's doing. It must be Arteta saying that he doesn't really want an out-and-out striker. Maybe because it's the egos. Maybe it's because he doesn't want a striker, because then it puts a lot of pressure for him to deliver. If he gets that striker that everyone wants and he scores goals, and then the striker either doesn't score goals or we don't win anything, everyone's looking at the manager. Everyone's looking like, well, number one, this striker score goals at X club. So why is he not scoring goals here? Is it your tactics? Or two, you've got the striker scoring those goals, but we're still not winning anything. It's you. You're the guy. So maybe he's prolonging the inevitable. Maybe he knows, like, you know what? If I get the striker, I've literally got there's nothing anyone can say now in terms of Arsenal need this, Arsenal need that, because we would have had the right winger, we've had the striker, we've got Saliba, we've got Gabriel, we've got Declan Rice as the DM, we've got the keeper he wants. Like, bro, there'll be no excuse afterwards, man. Literally no excuse afterwards. But yeah, man, crazy. Big up AJ says, Saka hamstring was a grade 3. He ripped it fully off the bone, but it's the same injury that killed Michael Owen and Reece James. Saka must not play till pre-season for me. I 100% agree with that, man. For me, he can't play it again this season, just for the benefit of his own career, man. Because when you think about it, if he starts playing again, then bro, he's gonna rip it again, man. He's gonna rip it again. And if he does that, we're in trouble long term, guys. We're in massive, massive trouble. Big up Luca knows talks ball. Big up, brother. Hope you're well. Make sure you like the video. While you're here, my guy. AFC Vigilante says, good point. I never saw Seaman or Jens Stron out there. Box. Facts, bro. It's a manager decision, bro. I'm telling you, man. It's a manager decision. I feel like he's telling the goalkeepers to play that high because he wants them with the possession or out of possession to be an option for defenders or midfielders to pass to him. Further up the pitch, it squeezes the pitch together, in his opinion, and then it makes us more liable to attack because obviously we've got more players in the opposition area or close to the opposition area because the keeper is further back. But you always take a risk because if it's a wrong pass or if it's a bad move or if we get pressed and someone loses possession in a dangerous area, the keeper's off his line, and then you're done. You're screwed. You're done. So yeah, it's not ideal at all, man. It's not ideal at all. But yeah, big up Nicholas. He says, surely there is a striker in youth that could cover for a few games. Who knows where the net is? What's Arteta got to lose? Yeah, I agree, man. I feel like I know obviously we've got Butler Adoji, who's more of a, I think, wide player rather than a winger. But bro, that's someone that definitely we could play. Definitely we could pay. Like, we need someone that, bro, obviously we got rid of Cheeto. He didn't want to stay for whatever reason, whether it's money or he wanted to go to another club. Obviously it's a bit of a weird one because now he probably would have played. Obviously he did come on against Everton for Man United, but yeah, it's crazy how you see Ethan, you see obviously Lewis Skelly. We've got quality academy players, man. Obviously Saka came from there as well, bro. There's got to be a forward somewhere who we can play up there. Like, and that's what I want to see, to be honest, in pre-season, man. I want to see more forwards or more young strikers getting an opportunity in pre-season going forward. Because, yeah, if you're not going to spend money on a forward, if you're not going to buy someone on loan, bro, make sure you've got an actual forward in the squad. So we've got someone to bring on, whether it is a teenager. Because you never know what happens, man. Look at Rashford against Arsenal when he came on as a 17-year-old because all of their proper strikers were injured. I think Martial was injured. Rooney was injured. I don't know if Van Persie was still there. Maybe. I think he was injured. I can't remember. And yeah, he came on and scored 2 goals, man, and they won the game. So if he didn't get the opportunity, you never know where he would be. He might not have even played for Man United at all. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how football works, man. Arteta got rid of our attackers and didn't even replace them. Now we don't have any creativity that we need because we don't get anyone to finish the chances. Yeah, 100%, man. We've got players that need 2, 3, 4 chances to finish one. You've seen it with Jesus in the past. You've seen it with Havertz in the past. The only clinical player or yeah, the only two clinical players we've got are Saka and probably Trossard in terms of not needing 4 or 5 chances in a game to finish one. Do you know what I'm saying? Even Martinelli's fell off. I remember when he was clinical a couple of years ago, but now, bro, he's falling off a cliff. I don't know what's going with him, man. I don't know what's happening, man. It's crazy. Big up AJ. It says the summer we bought Kai for 65 mil pounds. We could have actually bought 2 strikers, Ivan Toney, for 64 million pounds. Factually, nah, legit, bro. Like, bro, there's so many strikers we could have got before. Like, why did we get Havertz, man? I feel like that was the beginning of the end, by the way. And Havertz has been okay. He's been decent. But that signing has just completely changed the trajectory of where we were heading in terms of how we were playing, what style we were playing with. The fact that we wanted him to replace Granit Xhaka never worked out. Then we played him up front, and that didn't work out really because we haven't won the league with him. And now we haven't really spent the amount of money since we spent that 65 mil on him in that forward area, man. So, yeah, it's just been a domino effect of decisions based off signing him, of us not getting the proper players in place for us to win the league. Big up Yasin, it says, Wagwan, bro. What's going on, brother? Hope you're well. Make sure you like the video if you've not already. Big up you in the chat, man. And the summer we bought Gabriel Jesus for 55. We could have brought Isaac for 67. Don't tell me we couldn't have paid that extra 12 million pounds. We were actually looking at him that January before we signed Jesus. You're all right, man. But yeah, we didn't want to pay the money, I think, because we weren't sure. I think he only had 4 La Liga goals at the time. We didn't want to pay the money. But you know what, bro? As mad as it sounds, yeah, I didn't even know if he'd even played that well for us than he is for Newcastle. Because if you look how he plays for Newcastle, how Newcastle play, they play in transition, they play on the front foot. They're very quick in transition with Gordon and Guimaraes and Tonali and obviously Isaac himself, as well as Willock and all the other players. But also very slow pedestrian. Obviously, it's a bit different because Arsenal are up against low blocks, mid blocks. So it's a little bit different. But at the same time, I don't think he'd get the chances he does at Newcastle. At Arsenal, the one-on-ones, the over-the-top balls, we don't really play like that. That's what I'm on about with Odegaard being more of an 8 than a 10. Because with a 10, you want the 10 to get the ball straight away, pass it straight into the path of whoever is there, and then there, boom, you're there, done, and you just threw on goal. But bro, how many times have we actually had that this season, man? Maybe a couple of times with Martinelli, maybe obviously he's probably missed them. But bro, we don't play like that. We don't have that urgency. We don't have that big thrust in transition when we're up against it, and then we can just go swiftly from defense to attack. Like, we don't really do that, man, which is very, very annoying and frustrating because we're missing out on a lot of goals. But yeah, whether he suits us or not, I don't know, bro. But I don't think we're going to sign him anyway, man. They're going to want 150 mil. I think he's more likely to go to a Liverpool now, if I'm being honest, considering if they get the money, the funds back for Nunes, if they sell Nunes to Saudi for, I don't know, 50, 60 mil, that would definitely fund a 100+ mil bid for Isaac. Obviously, they did bid 100+ for Casado before he went to Chelsea. AFC Vigilante says Arteta could have signed Osimhen Watkins. Osimhen can hold the ball up. He's good in the air. Holds the ball, also can finish. Watkins is the striker who can get defenders running into their own goal. Yeah, the thing is with Watkins, you could play him on the left, more like that hybrid Thierry Henry kind of position. And Isaac plays it similar as well, where you've got that pace, can play on the left, and you're more like that wide forward rather than a winger, rather than a touchline winger. But again, Arteta would have to change his tactics because you look how Martinelli's employed now compared to the 2022-2023 season where he was more like a wide forward, linking up with Jesus. Now he's more like a touchline winger. He's just going to the byline, trying to whip crosses in. He's very isolated. Not to make an excuse for him because I don't think he's been particularly great anyway. But to be fair to him, structurally, the way we're set up, he's very isolated. He's not a link player anyway. He needs someone to play the ball into space into him. Bit like how Granit Xhaka was during that season. Now he's like a fish out of water. We don't really play to his strengths on the left-hand side. So you're really expecting him to do basically what Saka does on the right. You want him to do on the left, but they're both different like profile of players. Like Martinelli doesn't have in my opinion, the football IQ or the technical security in terms of his possession, keeping the ball. He's passing. He's nowhere near the level of Saka's on the other side. And obviously Martinelli's got certain traits that he's got at better than Saka. But for me, we're just playing certain players out of position. The structure of the team and the attack is not favouring our attacking players for them to score as many goals as possible. We've seen Marino against West Ham on Saturday, tracking back, being deep, going into midfield, going on the left wing, right wing. He's not stay up front. Obviously, it's not his fault. He's been obviously told to do that by the manager. Everybody knows Mikel Arteta micromanages the team. So yeah, he's been told to do that by the manager. Big up AJ, 30 likes. Let's get this up to 20 likes, people. 12 of you in the building. Big up everyone in the chat. Make sure you get this up to 20 likes, people. We can do it, man. We can do it. My bad said the same thing twice. No worries, brother. No worries. Do we sack him at the end of the season or give him one more season? For me, I would get rid of him at the end. He's not won a major. He's not won any kind of trophy this season. For me, he's had enough time, enough money. And I said that at the start of the season. If he doesn't win any kind of trophy, you got to get rid of him. But obviously, he's not going anywhere, guys. He just signed a new deal in September. So he's definitely going to be here for at least 1 or 2 more seasons, at least. But yeah, in terms of obviously what he's going to do next season, bro, I've just got no faith because he doesn't take the cups seriously, man. When we're in the cups, I never feel like we're really going to win it. Even if we have a good tie, because we've had good ties. We've had Nottingham Forest who are in the Championship in the FA Cup and got knocked out. We've had bad ties. We had Manchester City the next year away at the Etihad, and that's when obviously Man City were good. They won the treble that season. Haaland was banging in all the goals, so it was a difficult place to go and win. But the point I'm trying to make is that there's never a time where we go to a big team in the cup and win, and there's never a time where we have a smaller team and we beat them as well, and get to a final. How have we not got to another final since 2020? It's absolutely scandalous. Scandalous. We've had good runs this season in the Carabao Cup. Was one of the best runs I've seen Arsenal have in the Carabao Cup in terms of teams that we've had. We didn't have any of the big traditional big six. We had Bolton, Preston, Crystal Palace. Then we had Newcastle. We could have got Liverpool. We could have got Spurs, who obviously are not great, but they would have been like a rival game. Obviously, North London derby, etc., etc. Who's going to get to the final? Spurs want to win a trophy, etc., etc., etc. But we got Newcastle and we still didn't make the final, man. That's what's very, very frustrating. Big up Yasmin says Marino at striker doesn't work. I mean, yeah, he's not a striker though, man. This is the thing. He's not a striker. Whether it was gonna work, it was never gonna be a long-term thing because he's not a striker. So he probably worked 1 or 2 games maximum. Anyway, he works against Leicester. He brought him on. Players were tired. Leicester are not great defensively. They're at the bottom for the reason. Came on, scored 2 good goals. And listen, I don't argue that Mourinho's probably going to score another goal again this season. Probably. I don't know against who, but he's probably going to score. He's going to be our striker now for the foreseeable, unless he goes back to playing Trossard, which I would not suggest, considering how we changed the way we play with Trossard. We just play the same way, like he's a 6'5" player, and he can hold the ball up, and he's strong, but he's not. And we just look very, very toothless. So yeah, for me, it was never always going to be a long-term solution. It couldn't be. But at a minute, bro, we ain't got anything else. Havertz is out for the season. We're in February. He's out for the season. Jesus is out for the season. We're gonna have to make do with what we got at the minute. Cheeto went to the right too. Wanted to play the League Cup like Miles and Ethan. Got Arteta to told him no, so he left. Yeah, man. I feel like he wanted more game time, but I don't think at the time Arteta was willing to drop someone like a Havertz or a Jesus in place of him, man. But yeah, Yasin, we must sack him if he doesn't win anything this season because he's won 1 trophy from a possible 22. Bro, people can't argue with that, man. 1 trophy from a possible 22 is atrocious, by the way. Not good enough at all. I would sack him now, get the quality manager and treat the rest of the season as a preseason sort of squad in the summer. Yeah, man, bro, if we had ambitious owners, if we had like a Roman Abramovich prime at Chelsea, someone that really wanted to win, that didn't really care about processes and projects and all of that stuff, journeys and all that, we definitely would have got rid of him, man, already, man. Like, we would have had, but the thing is, in my personal opinion, I don't think you would have like an argument, because if you said to me, look, we've given you 700 million, you've done well to get us to a certain point, but ultimately, you've not won us any trophies. We're trying to get to the next level. I don't think you're going to be the guy. Thanks for, obviously, your service for bringing us to a certain level. We're going to get someone who's experienced in winning the league titles. Bring him in, and then hopefully we can get over the line with the team, obviously, you've built. Maybe make a few, obviously, adjustments, get a proper striker in, change a few players here and there. Boom, 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 boom. Bro, I don't think anyone can really argue that. If someone said, you know what? The ball weren't happy with the trophy outlay. He should have won a bit more. With what we've given him, we were expecting at least 2 or 3 more trophies than he's done. He's only won 1. So, yeah, bro, for me, I think that's literally reasonable. I can't lie. I know people say, oh, we still back him, and he's got us, look where he's got us to, blah, blah, blah. But at a certain point, you have to look at it and say, you know what? Is this guy going to take us over the line? Is he actually good enough? Has he got the experience to do it? Does he know what he's doing when it comes to the crunch games? Can he make the right substitutions? Can he pick the right team? Can he make the right team talk? Can he motivate the players enough for them to get over the line and win a major trophy? And obviously, evidently, no at the minute, because again, the trophy you won wasn't his team, and this is the one he's actually built in terms of team-wise. And yeah, he's not got over the line, man. No matter how close we've got, unfortunately for him, we've not got over the line, bro. So yeah, it is crazy. We got Nicholas. At least it gives you a focal point up front, and nobody would berate the manager for trying that. Yeah, legit. Martinelli as a striker was good, not gonna lie, bro. When he first got into the team, I know you guys remember that when obviously with Unai Emery in the Europa League, bro, he was cooking as a striker. He was scoring headers. He was scoring from outside the box against Nottingham Forest in the Carabao Cup. I remember that. Bro, he went to Anfield, got a brace in the Carabao Cup, I think the season after, or it might have been the same season, actually. I can't even remember, man. I think it was the same season. Bro, he was scored at the bridge. This is when he was 18. And even in the season, he got 15 goals. People obviously forget that even though he was statistically, and obviously when the game started, he was on the left wing. Bro, in the game, he was always alternating with Gabriel Jesus in that forward line. Jesus would go out to the left. He would do his trickery. He would take players on. He'd link up with Martinelli. Martinelli would be in the box further towards goal, shoot, score. And that's why he got 15 non-Premier League goals, by the way. Non-Premier League goals. Scored in big games as well. Scored obviously at Anfield. He scored in very big games as well for us that season. And he was very, very pivotal. And even when Trossard replaced Jesus, same thing. Trossard was going out to the left. I remember that Fulham game where we won 3-0 and Trossard got 3 assists. One of the goals, he was literally on the left, crossed it into Martinelli, who was playing up front in game, and he scored a header. Like, that's what we were doing, and we've just gone totally away from that. So ever since that 4-1 defeat at the Etihad, we've not played anything like that ever again. Even the 6-0s and stuff, it was all still more controlled. We had Jorginho in the midfield, dictating play. Rice was obviously sweeping up, playing that, obviously, that pivot of them two. It was a good pivot at the time. Obviously, we were winning 6-0, 5-0, 5-0 against Chelsea, all of these teams. But bro, we've not had that fluidity up front. I'm talking about that Jesus, or even when it was Trossard, that interchangeable fluidity, especially on that left-hand side. And also we had Xhaka, who was very technically secure. One of the things I would say about Xhaka, obviously you can question obviously his discipline and stuff like that, but he on the ball passing, technically secure. Like if he had a pass to do 100 times, probably 95 times, 96 times, he's getting that pass right every single time. The weight of it, the amount of power he needs to put on it, the angle, everything. And we've just not gone anywhere near to replacing that. You know, Marino's not done it. Havertz has not done it. Sorry, Lokonga we bought, he's not done it. Vieira, he's not done it. We played Smith Rowe there. Like, bro, the endless options we played there that have not been able to replace him has been absolutely outstanding, to be honest with you, especially with the fact that, you know, a lot of fans didn't really rate him that highly. So yeah, that just shows you how bad of a job we've done into the recruitment. Havertz is a midfielder, for God's sake. Legit, man. Like, what are we thinking? Gabriel Magalhaes is on 100k a week, so trust me, he's definitely gonna go in alongside Saliba this summer. Yeah, I want, bro. Listen, you couldn't really blame them, man. If they came out and said, "Look, we love the fans, but bro, I can't see us winning any trophies. I want to move somewhere to win trophies." Well, no one could already argue with it, man. No one could argue with it. I'd rather have signed a Dinger instead of Sterling, would have been decent. Yeah, I mean, a Dinger's on the bench for Brian. They didn't really start. That's the thing. So we were linked with him towards the end of the summer. And we need to buy a creative 10. Yeah, we do, man. We do. I know we're linked with this. Is it Naipan from Norway? I don't know if he's again another potential player. Like, why we keep, bro? We're supposed to be in the final stages. I don't want to see us buy youngsters. I'm sorry for the first team. Like, what are we doing? We need to buy. This is why I'm up against Sesko. Like, is he going to be the guy straight away? And this is what's happening now with the signings. Like, people are not waiting for Calafiori. People are not waiting for Marino. We're at a stage now as a fan base. You've peddled this PR. You've peddled this journey, all this stuff. Bro, if you're peddling that, we're at the end of the journey now. You best bring in players that are already made to do the job. Obviously, everyone has to adapt, etc., but you best do your due diligence in terms of your scouting, reporting to make sure these players are ready as possible to come in and make a difference in the Premier League for us to get over the line. So that's why people are being a bit more harsher on Calafiori. That's why people are being a bit more harsher on Marino, because it's like, bro, we need to see something quick. We need to win the league. You can't have a year to adjust, because at the end of the day, we're relying on you. You're the only real first team signings to help us get over the line. And now it's just turned out that they're probably just squad signings or signings for the future. Calafiori is only 22, playing out of position. This ain't really the performance he's been putting in is not of a title-winning left-back or title-winning defender, because he's adjusting to the league. But, bro, fans are like, nah, Arteta, you should have not bought him in the first place. And if this is what he was going to be like. If there was an actual potential that this is the outcome that was going to happen, bro, save him for next season or buy someone else first. Make sure you get your first trophy over the line. Then you can start experimenting with different players who are in here everywhere, and they need obviously their potential and they need that guidance to go up and be a part of the squad, but they need to be in the background. Bro, we've had that all the time, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. For me, I want Isaac and Buemo, Eze Bowen all this summer. The attack needs to be fixed. We could finally win things. Bro, if the ball was ambitious, maybe, and if Arteta liked attackers, maybe, but I don't think either of them are going to happen, man. Listen, we need to talk about what we can do as a fan base. Yeah, bro, we just need to make a lot of noise, man. We can't let the standards slip. I know a lot of fans are like, bro, look where we were 4 or 5 years ago. We were 8th, we were 15th in December. By this manager, by the way, but we were 15th in December, we were 8th, we were all this, and now we're in the top 4 in the Champions League. No one's worrying about, well, we are now, but no one was worried about qualifying for the Champions League. It was all about winning trophies, and that's great. We've got back to where we were before the drop off with Wenger, and before the Kroenkes took over. But now it's like, bro, we need to get that extra step to be like, you know what? That's all good, but it's not enough. We need to win the league. We need to win the Champions League. We need to win the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, every single season. We need to try and win those things, get as far in those competitions as possible. And we need to make sure as a fan base, we're making it clear. We're not happy. You can't drop a 0 out of 10 January, 0 out of 10 summer, 0 out of 10 January. I think we're going to be happy because we're getting Champions League again, which we're not going to win with this team because we ain't got the right attacking star power up front to challenge any of the big teams like Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, etc., etc. So yeah, not good enough indeed. Ollie Watkins is an awesome fan. What people have told me he's too old, 28. We want Ian Wright and Aubameyang at 28, which both of us won as trophies. Both of them actually scored in the cup finals, by the way, as well. So yeah, crazy, man. We definitely need to protest, get the Kroenkes in the press with bad headlines. They hate that. It's an embarrassment for a billionaire. 100%, man. Doing that, leaving stadiums, all that stuff. Things that will help them or push them into, obviously, not keeping the club. It's just embarrassing them, man, and making them look like a laughingstock in a live capacity. Eze came back from injury on Saturday, was absolutely class. Yeah, I heard he had a good game. Obviously, I know they won away at Fulham. Very good win for Crystal Palace. But yeah, I heard he had a good game as well, bro. I've been to 2 games in 7 years. AJ says I haven't brought merchandise in 8 years. Don't know what else I can do. Yeah, man, legit, man. AJ, you're not a problem. Question, please, everyone. If we lose to PSV, does that actually change anything? Bro, I don't think it does, man. I don't think it does, bro. I'll be honest. I don't think it does. Like, I feel like, for me, it's just going to be the same old. There'll be a couple of excuses. There'll be reasons why we haven't got a striker. The clubs or the team's still inexperienced in the Champions League. This is only the second time we've got to the last 16, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just going to be the same old. Like, there's no real accountability. So when we don't get things done, okay, you've not got this achievement, so this is going to happen to you. That's just like normal life. Like, if you don't do things that you're expected to do or think people have put you in a position to do, then there's consequences, negative consequences because of that. Like, it shouldn't just be like, oh, you get another try. No. There's an expiry date for these tries. Next 10 years, you're just going to keep trying because, you're the guy. And no. Bro, there's other players all the managers out there that can definitely replace Arteta. And yeah, we could be on our way, man. We could be on our way. But it's just whether the board are ambitious enough to be like, you know what? We back this guy enough. We're gonna back another guy. He's not the guy. We're gonna back another guy. And that's for me is the key point, really, if I'm being honest. Because without that, bro, we'll just be in the same position year in, year out, like we were on the Wenger. We need to write like Ajax did. Yeah, bro, Ajax don't mess about, man. Those foreign clubs and their teams do not mess about. Big up the chat. Big up not Oreo, bro. Big up everyone. Make sure you guys like the video on entry, man. Help out your boy, man. Make sure you do that. Title is over. Don't bring Saka back. Just get top 4 is the goal. I see. This is what I'm saying, man. This is what's happened already, bro. This is what used to happen on the Wenger all the time. We used to flirt with being top around October, November, and nearly look like we might win the league, drop off a bit in November, come back in December, and then by January, February, we're out the league. We've been dumped out by Bayern Munich in the Champions League. We're out the FA Cup. We've been knocked out in the League Cup obviously the year before. So yeah, it's like everything's just done, and then we're just fighting for top 4, and it's just the same old over and over again. That's why we wanted Wenger out, and he actually won titles. He won doubles, titles, invincibles, double FA Cups. Like, bro, He was winning trophies, man, and we're still winning them out. So yeah, crazy, man. Should have been sacked after bottling an 8-point lead, in my opinion. Could have been sacked then. Could have been sacked last year. He could have been sacked when we didn't win the Europa League in 2021. He could have been sacked when we were 15th. Bro, he could have been sacked when we bought a top 4. Like, he could have been sacked so many times. It's actually crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Big up AJ. Says we need to pay Tomiyasu off. We don't want to waste his squad place on him now no more. Nah, legit, man. Obviously, it's not, obviously, he's been... Bro, the advice he's got from whoever, whether it's our medical team or his own medical team, has been absolutely atrocious, by the way. He did this in July. He should have got surgery right there and then just to obviously scrap all this. He would have been back by now, by the way, if he would have got surgery in July. He probably would have been out for, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5, 6 months. I think the delay has made it more impossible for him to come back. And now he's out for over a year nearly. Crazy work. Nasty work, man. So, yeah, he definitely has to be moved on. He is obviously not going to be since he's injured, especially, as I'm saying with Jesus, but we've got too many players that get long-term injuries too often, man, and he's definitely one of them. AJ, going live football is best. He's the best, nothing like it. Don't blame yourself for only going to 2 games in 7 years. That's going without things. Should have changed in August, in my opinion, with Sterling was awful. -2 window. Yeah, can't really argue with that one, bro. That window was atrocious. Yazin says, sack him after this season. He's just ruining players. He's wasting players' time. He took us to a good place, but he can't get us over the line. That's literally what I said, man. Like, he's done well to get us to a certain position. It's like our Brendan Rodgers in terms of, or our part. I mean, I more say Brendan Rodgers more in terms of he's got us to a certain position, and now we need someone like a Klopp who has obviously came from Borussia Dortmund, where he won the Bundesliga twice, by the way. So he had actual experience of winning the league title, what it takes, what you need to say, what kind of decisions you need to make, what positions or what plays you need to play in what positions to make sure you get over the line. He has that experience already. I mean, that's what we need now. We need someone who's won a league title anywhere, any of the top European clubs, whether it's Alonso, whether it's Inzaghi, whether it's whoever, man. Someone who's experienced of winning a league title, come to the club and put that stardust to get us over the line in those crunch games, in those big games. Listen, Arteta's done some good stuff, like being unbeaten against the top 6. That's great. Like scoring a lot of goals in certain seasons. That's great. But for me, it's always shallow achievements when you don't win a trophy, because no one remembers this in 2, 3, 4 years' time. No one's going to remember. People still remember us winning the FA Cup with Ramsey scoring the winner twice, by the way. Scoring the winner twice. Like, people are going to remember Aubameyang scoring a brace and winning us the FA Cup. No one's going to remember these seasons about 3, 4 years' time, because everyone would have left. We probably would have got worse players to replace them, and then we'll be probably in a worse position, and we'll all look back at it and say, you know what? Damn, what if we would have got this and this player during this time? We actually could have won the league and do well in the Champions League, man. It's absolutely crazy. I've been told you can't sack Arteta because he will walk into a better job and to a bigger club. See, this mentality, man, we can't do this because he'll do this. Bro, just think about the club's best interest at hand. Can we get better from the teams and the players? Yes. Can we actually win trophies with these teams? I think we can win the trophy. I think we can win a trophy with this team, man. We won a trophy, bro, with Rob Holding in defense. No disrespect to him. Rob Holding, Mustafi. These man in defense, bro. Come on. Come on, man. It's not good enough, man. Gary Martinelli in the 9 on the Emery in his first season, 13 games, 11 goals. This is what I'm saying, man. And this is what at 18 as well, man. Certified good man in that 9, bro. But again, to be fair, different manager, man. Emery is sick with strikers. We've seen it everywhere he goes, bro. Aubameyang and Lacazette had their best goal-scoring season at Arsenal with him as the manager, bro. You look at Watkins and Duran scoring goals for fun with him as the manager. He likes playing with strikers, whether it's what he says, whether it's how they've set up the team tactically. Strikers really are beneficial when they're playing on the Emery team. Whereas, obviously, Arteta has kind of been the opposite. There's not really been any kind of proof or, obviously, sample size of him getting the best out of strikers. But Aubameyang, who people forget, he was actually playing on the left. Whether it was Lacazette up front or Eddie Nketiah up front, he was actually playing him on the left for the majority of the time. He was scoring loads of goals because, again, he didn't want someone who couldn't hold the ball up. He wanted to use his pace. Aubameyang started to do that trademark cutting on the right-hand side. Maitland-Niles will make that diagonal dummy run to drag out the fullback so Aubameyang could cut in on his right foot and pull it top corner. We've seen him do it against Liverpool in the Charity Shield. He did it against Fulham as well. So, yeah, he had that signature move, man. So people caught on to it. So, yeah, a big old AJ, 14 likes. Get this up to 20 people. Make sure you like the video on entry. Help your boy out, man. Help your boy out, people. Help your boy out, man. Arteta just keeps making schoolboy mistakes and it's costing the team every single week. Nah, I hear that, man. I hear that fully. I hear that fully, man. I hear that fully. He is. He actually is as well, man. He is costing the team every single week. That 4-1 game ruined Arteta for life. Look, bro, facts. It actually did as well. Like, it actually did ruin him for life. Like, for me, after that, he just came so, like, reserved and proper, like, paranoid about not getting battered like that again. Where, to an certain extent, I can obviously understand. Obviously, it was a very embarrassing defeat, 1v1 with your supposed title rivals, and you get absolutely battered. Like, we lost 4-1. We should have lost about 9. Like, it was Ramsey had a sick game. I remember he was saving everything. And even though we could see the 4 goals still. So, yeah. But yeah, ever since then, he's just gone the other way too far, though. Like, he should have been somewhere in the middle where, you know what? The one thing I said, again, Arteta's done some good stuff, like the defensive, how we are defensively. I never go into a game thinking we're going to get battered 3-0, 4. Never, against anyone. And even my worry is more about if we're going to score. But under Wenger, that used to be a commonplace. Even Emery, to a certain extent, some games, obviously, we got battered in the Europa League final. We lost 5-1 to Liverpool at Anfield. Like, but recently with Arteta, I don't have that feeling going into big games we're going to get absolutely mauled. Like, we might not win the game, but, it's always going to be a tight game, maybe 1 or 2 goals in it. But with that, you need to improve the attack, man. Have that defense, but improve the attack. And then we're all going to think we're definitely going to go to Anfield and win. We're definitely going to go to Stamford Bridge and win. Do you know what I'm saying? Etihad and win. These are stadiums that we need to win at to obviously win the title, really, if you're being honest, man. Top teams always do it. Nicholas Facts, people say once he learns it, it'll be all worth it. Yeah, man. It's just how long are you going to wait for that, man? How long are you going to wait for it? Do you think Saliba is leaving? I hope he doesn't love him. Yeah, bro. It's sad to see, man. Honestly, I've had this feeling with players before, man. With Fabregas, with Van Persie, players that you love, and then you think, oh man, these guys are Arsenal players. And then, but I mean, for us, and it could happen with Saliba. Hopefully, if he does leave, it is out to Real Madrid and not to another Premier League club. But yeah, for us at the time, when obviously, if you guys were supporting Arsenal back in 2009, 10, 8, whatever. These guys will go to rivals more than likely. Obviously, Barca got Cesc Fabregas, but Nasri, Man City, Van Persie, Man United, and there the pain was awful. I'll be honest, it was awful, man. But yeah, Saliba, for me, I've already come to terms. He's gonna leave at some stage in it, whether it's this year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever. He's gonna go to Real Madrid. He's just that good of a player. Whether he goes recently or further down the line, I think that's down to Arsenal. I think that is literally down to Arsenal and whether they're gonna obviously go down and make sure they support and make sure they win trophies when he's here. Remember, he's only 23, so we need to capitalize on his prime right now, man. Arteta actually killed ESR, and actually also a fan who actually loved the club, unlike Arteta, who's just using to make his career. Yeah, ESR, man. I take him back now, bro. We need someone in that attacking midfield to help out scoring the goals, because again, he was a goal scorer. The couple of seasons before he obviously got that major injury, yeah, I think he was our top goal scorer or second top goal scorer. Him and Saka are the 2 most goals. So yeah, man, he's someone that definitely can put the ball into the back of the net more so than like an older guard. So yeah, but yeah, you gotta look at it, man. Yes, in both Saliba and Gabriel are wanted by Real Madrid. They're going this summer. See, AJ's already thought about it, man. AJ is already thought about it. AJ is already thought about it, man. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. Big up everyone in the chat. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're new here, obviously I'm going to do a Arsenal and Chill show with Colin at 6 o'clock. So make sure you, man, are tuned in for that. Boom. Do not want Sesko, guys. Trust me. Damn. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy, man. Boom. Big up, Craig, the first super chat of the channel. Big up, man. Big up, Tots. Big up, bro. Appreciate the support of the super chat. Big up for your support. Really, really appreciate that, man. Make sure you like the video, Craig. Always love that from you. Boom. Where we at? What's your thoughts on some of this fan base when you get the bell wearing stay humble shirts and 2 weeks later now we're in a mess? Yeah, bro. I mean, listen, I'm always for a bit of banter, but there's always a point of obviously when it goes too far in it. So for me, I just think you just got to stay humble Literally, pardon the pun. You just got to stay humble, man, and just do your thing. Don't take it too seriously. Don't go over the top with it. And ultimately, the trophies do the talking at the end of the day. And obviously, everyone has a bit of banter. I didn't mind Haaland going out Lewis Skelly. I didn't mind Lewis Skelly going out Haaland. It's all for the love of it, innit? It's all for the love of it. But for me, I just feel like, bro, you got to do what you got to do in it. But at the same time, yeah, it's not ideal, especially when the club are not winning trophies. That's the main thing. That's the key thing, man. That's the main thing and key thing, man. Gary Amageles should be our captain. Tierney should be our vice captain. I think Tierney is going to leave, bro. If I'll be honest, I think Tierney is going to leave. It's actually crazy, man. I think Tierney is going to leave. So yeah, not ideal, but again, the club just work in mysterious ways, man. Just work in mysterious ways. Fans saying we got bigger fish to fry than start crying when they bin the cups. Yeah, this is why you've never heard me say, and I'll never say in my life, bigger fish to fry. I'll never be happy that we've been eliminated at cup. All cups count. All cups are relevant. Going to a cup final is always great. Winning the cup is always great. I'll never disown it, never dismiss it. None of that stuff, man. Like, for me, you've always got to be very, very respectful of going far in cup competitions, because you're not always going to win the league every year, guys. You're not always going to win the Champions League every year, guys. Sometimes you've got to do other things or win other trophies to cement you having a successful season when you cannot get over the line and win big trophies. Sometimes you got to win the cups, man. And yeah, for me, we don't take the cup seriously enough. We all laugh at Tottenham for not winning trophies, but for me, our record in the cup competition in the last 5 years has been absolutely atrocious. What's wrong with people? I do not know. Arsenal, Arsenal Wenger the last 5 years, 3 FA Cup wins, 1 League Cup final loss, 1 Europa League semi-final loss, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. That wasn't good enough for Arsenal. After 5 years is worse than him. Sack him. You can't even argue with that, man. You can't even argue with that. That's the thing, guys. You can't even argue with that. Like, for me, it's damning. It is very, very damning, man. Very, very damning. I personally want Inzaghi, but of course, would happily take Don Carlo or Don Simeone. Yeah, I'll take Simeone as well too. Man. Simeone is definitely one for the ages, 100%. Yeah, nothing like lifting the We Beat City trophy. This is what I'm saying, man. Irrelevant stats, man. Irrelevant stats. Everyone needs to stop hyping up and gassing up the big 6 trophy. We're unbeaten against them. But what did we win? City was the worst in that table, by the way. And they won the league last year. They were the worst. So, yeah, we need to start hyping that up, man, 100%. Big ol' AJ says, in Emery, only 4 Arsenal season. Aubameyang and Lacazette, 72 GA from them too. This is what I'm saying, man. Emery, in terms of getting the best out forwards, was the guy. He was the man. He was the man. Honestly, he was the man, guys. He was the man. Duran is mental and only on the bench. Yeah, Duran was he was a sick player. I'll be honest, man. He was a sick player. He'll be back in the Premier League, surely. He'll be back in the Premier League. I'm sure of it, man. I'm sure of it. Would you ever forgive Van Persie? I'd never forgive him. Nah, man. Nah, the thing is, his actual reasoning was actually, it made sense. But for me, you just don't go to Man United. Like, just leave and go to, because the thing is, he was one of the best strikers in Europe at the time. You go to a Juventus, go to a Inter Milan, because he would have suited Italy really, really well. Go to even like a Real Madrid or Barcelona or somewhere like that. Like, don't go to Man United. I would even prefer if you went to Man City. Don't go to Man United, man. That was obviously our biggest rivals, man, at the time. So yeah, crazy, man. But yeah, me for giving him no. Obviously, big up Craig again for the super chat. Really appreciate that. Big up Craig, first one of the channel. Big him up again. Another manager I would love is Hansi Flick. Yeah, another good manager, man. Look what he's doing for Barcelona. I think they're top of La Liga at the minute. I believe. I could be wrong. But I think they're top of La Liga at the minute. But yeah, crazy, man. Crazy, crazy work. So for me, I just feel like yeah, they need to have a look around with the managers, man. They really, really do need to have a look around with the managers. I don't feel like it would be a shame to go for a different option. Someone that's a bit different to Arteta. Maybe someone that's a bit older. Maybe someone that's a bit more seasoned. Someone that actually has experience in winning a Premier League or getting far in a Champions League. That would actually help the team as well as obviously the club, because a lot of these players, then bro, this is their second season playing in the Champions League. They're very inexperienced in terms of playing at a European high level. So for me, to counteract it, you need a manager that knows what he's doing. You don't need a manager that's not experienced either. So he's like, oh God, we've got Real Madrid. I don't know what to do. We've not faced these before. Or we've got Barcelona. I've never faced these guys in the European competition. You want someone who's faced them, knows the culture, knows what they're going to do. So yeah, man. Crazy, man. Crazy. Big up, Nicholas. Got to hold my hands up. I'm a Spurs fan, but I love talking football with other fans. Great show, tops. I've subscribed and liked. Big up, Nicholas, bro. I really appreciate you for the comment and subscribing to the channel and liking the video, man. You guys follow Nicholas. Make sure you like the video. Help Tops out. Help a brother out, man. Big up for the comment, man. Really appreciate that. AJ says, Nicholas, can I please ask, are you Ange out? That is a very good question, man. I mean, I don't know about you, Nicholas, bro. I don't know how Ange's still got a job personally. I mean, even obviously all banter aside, for Spurs to be so low in the table, I know you've got a load of injuries, but the way you've been playing, how many games you've lost this season, I'm very, very shocked he's still got his job. Obviously, you still got the Europa League. Whether you can win that now or not, I don't know. I think you'll get to the next round, but bro, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to win that. But yeah, man, crazy. Defo, see, there you go, Nicholas, man. Defo, there you go. Big ol' Ollie, bro. How you doing, my brother? Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Big ol' AJ, Tops, amazing show, bro. Glad I found this channel. We will get the club winning again. Big up AJ, appreciate that, man. Appreciate you, brother. And big up for the comment as well, man. Glad you're enjoying the show. Molly says I'm in McDonald's right now. LOL. Hope you're having a good snack in there. Both North London clubs need to sack their managers, bro. I can't really disagree, man. Spurs and Arsenal, man. They need to be achieving or aspiring to do better things. Both of them don't really win a load of trophies. I mean, Spurs definitely don't. Arsenal are not too far behind. Only one FA Cup in 5 years. Both of them, man, need a mentality shift in terms of the boardroom, the fans, and the players. In terms of we need to make sure we're winning things year in, year out. Bro, look at the season Manchester City are having. They're having an atrocious season, but they could potentially still win the FA Cup. Still, they probably will get to the final unless they come up. I mean, I'm trying to think what team that's left that could beat them. Maybe like an Aston Villa or Brighton that's still in there. But bro, they're having an atrocious season. They'll take top four in the FA Cup, and that used to be one of our best seasons under Wenger doing that in the last obviously 10 years. So yeah, man, crazy work, man. That just shows you the levels how. When their level drops, they get something or they get near something. When our level drops, when our level's high, we don't even get to a final of anything. That's what's been so frustrating with the whole club so far, man. Enoch out, Levy out, Ange out, man. So you are everyone out. I hear it, bro. I hear it, man. I feel like when it comes to obviously Spurs and how you guys are treated, like I said, all banter aside, it is bad, man. I'll be honest, man. People care more about Kendrick Lamar and Beyonce playing there or NFL or bowling or whatever, rather than you actually, what's the word? You actually winning trophies, getting to finals, getting good players, getting top managers. There's always that feeling that you know what? We're more going to this Tottenham Stadium to do other things, see someone in concert, see AJ box. Like, bro, it's poor, man. When you think about it, it's poor. It is poor, but yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Big up Yasin. Are you friends with Lee? Guys, legend speaks facts. Don't know why people dislike him. Yeah, bro. Me and Lee are really cool, man. Like I said, I've known Lee since 2016. So yeah, man. Nearly 10 years I've known him, man. He's always stayed the same, to be fair. So big him up every single time. But yeah, bro. Listen, obviously, he's got his opinions and he says it how he says it, but for me, I can't really disagree with too much of what he says, if I'm being honest, man. I can't lie. Like, I really can't. He calls out the manager, calls out the players when they're not performing well. So, and I'm pretty similar, man. I'm pretty similar. Tops, if Elon Musk was to buy Arsenal, do you think he would invest in the squad and maybe be like an Olin like Rowan? Or was that Chelsea? I don't know, bro. I don't know how invested he is in football. Like, I don't know if he would even care. Obviously, he's got the money, but for me, it's not even about the money. You see how Chelsea's owner, he's got the money, but look how he's using it. Look how he's trying to build Chelsea as a dynasty, using and buying young players that are not ready made. And Chelsea, I've never been a club and a culture like that in the last 20 years. They've always been a club, a ready now club, someone who's going to win them something now, whether it's manager or players. And they've just had a total culture shift from one spectrum to the other with this obviously new owner. And yeah, they've spent $1 billion and they don't look any closer to winning the league than we do. So yeah, for me, it's more about the mentality of making the right decisions and being very, very ruthless in terms of, okay, we're in this position. This is your plan. This is what your goals are. We've all seen it. We've all played, I don't know, FIFA or Football Manager. You get those little messages at the start of the season when you have, your objectives. You need to get top 4. You need to win either the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. And obviously, it'll be similar for these managers. And I feel like if it's not, then there's real big problems, man. Real big problems if there's not. But they definitely should be, man. They definitely should be. He was looking to buy Liverpool. Yeah, well, again, if he's looking to buy a team, man, and he actually cares about football, then bring it up. Bring it on. Bring it up. Already written the season off. We ain't winning nothing. Yeah, man. I can't see it either, brother. I can't see it either, man. But big up for the comment. I've seen us win 2 FA Cups, 2 Europa Leagues, and 2 League Cups, going nowhere with this mob running the club. New fans will never know how it feels and the buzz of winning. Yeah, man. Yeah. At least you've seen things, Nicholas, man. At least you've seen things at the club, and you've got that luxury. But bro, the fact that you've not won a trophy since 2008, man. We're coming nearly up to the 20 years. You don't won one trophy in nearly 20 years. And you're in all of them. That's the thing. And you've been in the Champions League and you've been in Europa League. So it's absolute madness, man. Absolute madness. But yeah, man, crazy. Big up everyone locked in. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm thinking of doing this like every 4 o'clock, bro. You guys let me know if you guys want to see this as a regular show, man. Every 4 o'clock every day in the week, man. Just talking Arsenal football, all of the good stuff, man. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is YouTube your main job, by the way? Not in a minute, bro, but I'm hoping it can be, man. I'm hoping it can be, bro. Just looking forward to creating more content for you guys, man. But big up everyone. I'm trying my best to do as much content as possible, man. But big up everyone locked in the chat. But yeah, man, obviously, like I was saying before, Arsenal with a big game on Wednesday. I'll be doing a watch along for that. So make sure you put your notification bell locked in for that on Wednesday. Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal at the City Ground. So you can come watch me either be happy or sad during that game. Obviously, it's going to be a good one. The only thing I'm annoyed about this fixture list is, bro, all of the good games are on at the same time, same day. You've still got Liverpool, Newcastle on Wednesday. You've got Tottenham versus Manchester City. So I'm going to have to keep updated as long as you go. Do you get paid by YouTube or by that super chat? Yeah, 100%, bro, 100%. I definitely get paid from that. So yeah, man, I always appreciate everyone donating. If they can, their hard-earned money to see me talk about football, man. It's always a humbling experience. Big up, Nicholas. To be honest, Tops, the game in general has changed since I started watching football. It's all about top 4 and money now. 100%, bro. I completely agree with you, man. It is definitely all about top 4, all about the process, the journey, and all these kind of PRs. It's very, very smart by the clubs, by the way. And the fans have not really caught on to it, but for the simple fact that, look, there's only 4 trophies to win. So if only 4 teams, and sometimes teams win, like I said, trebles like Man City or doubles. So potentially there's a load of teams that are not going to win anything. How do we still encourage fans of the teams to still buy the merch, still go to the games? Or we can just peddle as a PR process. Oh, it's a journey. We're going to get to this point and then this point. What if we get European football? It's not a trophy, but it's something to look forward to. And you get all of these milestones that are not trophies, but people act and talk about them like they are. And that's what lures people in, man. That's what lures people in. And they end up thinking that they're actually trophies because they keep talking about top 4 all the time, getting European football, top 5. Like, it's over and over again. The PR is just crazy. And yeah, you end up having teams that rather win, or not even rather get top 4 than win an FA Cup or win a League Cup. That's how like brainwashed they get because of all of this seeing race for top 4. It's always the forefront of obviously people's like topics when discussing all the teams that can't win the title or are not going to get relegated, race for Europe, race for top 4. And I think, yeah, people just get carried away with it, man, and just end up thinking it's bigger than winning actual trophy, which is what football's all about now. So, yeah, crazy, man. Jamie Carragher, ever since Liverpool went top, been saying wild things. Yeah, he's been moving mad. He's been moving crazy. He has been moving crazy, man. So, yeah, not ideal for him. I can't lie. The quality of the league has dropped off. Used to be players like JJ Akocha. Oh, my gosh. What a baller. That guy was a baller, you know. Oh, my days. Now, crap players with no technical skill. 100%, man. Bro, it fell off so bad, man. I remember, like, people like teams like Blackburn, people like Bolton, they used to have their own ballers. Like, if you guys remember someone like Morgan Gats Pedersen, man, at Blackburn, absolute baller. Ricardo Fuller at Stoke, baller. I even like Stoke, but I liked him, man. He was, bro, these little gem players, strikers or forwards or defenders in these teams that were not top teams at all, bro, they used to be bare back in the day. Now you can't really scramble and like one between even the top teams. Like, look at Chelsea, look at Arsenal. We ain't got a good striker between the two top teams, man. It's absolutely crazy when you think about it. Yeah, football definitely has fallen off since I was watching it when I was younger, man. I think it was Wenger that said top four was a trophy. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's one of the things you got to blame Wenger for, man. Unfortunately, like, he did start this kind of propaganda of top four trophy. Top four is more important than a trophy. That was obviously probably fed to him by the Cronkies, or he thought that as well, which obviously that's not good either. So yeah, both of them have had a part to play in that culture shift, because yeah, I think you're right, Nicholas, actually, because ever since then, that's when you start to get the Sky Sports and the BBC and whatever touting and promoting race for top four. Who's going to get top four on the last day as a stick for people to get hooked in by? Even though when you actually think about it, yes, you get top four, but are you going to win it next year? Are you going to get to the final? If the answer is no, then why are you lapping it up? It makes no sense. It's like winning a lottery ticket for a lottery that's already happened, because you're not going to win the money. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, crazy, man. Nasty work, really. Nasty work. Big up Yassin, it says the Tottenham one was crazy, bro. Said, when do Tottenham turn up in big games? Honestly, man, he's treating Sky Sports like his LFC TV, bro. How he's just so biased to Liverpool. Obviously, he's a Liverpool fan. He's played for them. I get that, but bro, just don't do Liverpool games, man. You're just too emotionally invested in it, innit? I mean, I suppose I'd be like that with Arsenal if I was being honest, if I was getting paid to be a pundit, but bro, I think I'd have the awareness not to do the games, because I'm going to be too emotionally invested of if they win or lose and say things that maybe might come across as biased towards other fans who just obviously are neutral or just want to watch the game. And as a neutral man, was in the league didn't start till 992. This is what I'm saying, man. This is the mentality with people. Like, people don't appreciate trophies or gains before, like you said, 992 or all the times in the game, man. They don't really appreciate it. I can't lie. They don't really appreciate it. And they should. They definitely should, man. They definitely should. Especially with how everything's going so far in this season, and how, for me, it's just really declined, man. I can't lie. It's just really declined. How players are playing, how people are even reacting to things that are happening in the game. Like, you can't have banter anymore, sending offs, don't get me started on VAR. All of this talk, man, of the team and the players. So yeah, I think it's very, very easy for people to just think, oh yeah, the Premier League is where the be all and end all. That's when obviously football started. But football was definitely good back in the 80s and before the Premier League started, man. And you had great players in that period as well. So yeah, man, you cannot shun that history, in my opinion, for me. Anyway, definitely a special time in football. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens in midweek. Obviously, big games all around. Big up Guna Brains, man. Big up TC and the chat room. Big up, brother. I've seen and spoken to you, Lee, Colin, Kenny, Ken. I have already speaking on AFTV as a part of this PR crowd. Big up, bro. Appreciate your comment. Appreciate it for tuning in. Make sure you like the video for your guy. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you've not already. But big up for the comment, man. Really appreciate you putting that in the comments. Big up Nicholas. He says, what have Arsenal won that Spurs haven't? Think about it. Yeah, man. They've all won the same trophies. I mean, Spurs have actually won the Europa League twice, more than Arsenal. Arsenal have never won it. So yeah, that is a good thing. The only thing I'd say, Nicholas, is that it's been a long time since Spurs won the league, man. For a long time, man. And a lot of Spurs fans will never, ever remember it. So yeah, it's just more the longevity rather than anything. But and obviously the volume as well. The volume. I think Spurs have only won 2 league titles, Arsenal 13. So yeah, definitely the volume, man. But for me, the Spurs have always, in my lifetime, Spurs have never been a club that's been competing for leagues on a consistent basis. Obviously, you reached that one Champions League final 2019, which thank God you didn't win, because Arsenal would have been finished. But yeah, but for me, yeah, you've never really been a top team that would like compete for titles on a consistent basis, man. So whether you can get that back with its ownership, I'm very unsure, man. I'm very, very unsure. Very unsure, man. But big up for the comment anyway. Big up everyone locked in. Make sure you like the video, man. How many likes are we on? 18. Let's get this to 20 likes, people. Let's get this to 20 likes, man. 12 of you in here. Make sure you like the video if you've not already. 13 of you in here. Make sure you like the video if you've not already. Let's get it to 20 likes, people. Big up everyone locked in, tuning into the chat. But yeah, man, you guys let me know your predictions for the midweek games. I do think Liverpool obviously are gonna. I don't know. Are they gonna beat Newcastle? Obviously, they don't need to now. Arsenal are too far away. It could be a draw. Newcastle probably could put in a decent performance. It's actually a preview for the League Cup final, which is obviously next month as well. So yeah, that'll be an interesting game. Spurs versus Manchester City. Both teams don't really have. Oh, I'm not being in the greatest of forms. Spurs are looking like they're going into a bit of momentum though, winning the last 2 games against Man United and against Ipswich. So yeah, that could go either way, man. You can't really bet on Manchester City, which is a weird thing to say considering they've won 4 league titles. But yeah, at the minute, they just look like against any decent team, they just look like they don't have anything in midfield, man. And I think Spurs definitely can hurt them. And Spurs normally beat them anyway. That's the thing. Spurs normally beat them anyway, man. So it's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. But yeah, big up everyone locked in, tuned in. Obviously, I'll be doing a show with Colin in 15 minutes time at 6 o'clock. I'm going to redirect in a minute to that show. So make sure you guys like the video, turn your notifications on, and stay tuned for that show in a 15 minutes, man. 15 minutes. I'll probably do a few more minutes on here chatting to you guys, man. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments about this week's games, man. Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest is going to be a tough one as well. Man United have got Ipswich Town, man. If Man United don't win, then it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Big up the Man Village. Next season, FC strikes again. Listen, Patrice Evra did say it, man. They also like Netflix. Next season, FC, next season. Always next season, man. I can't even argue with it. This is what I'm saying. This is what annoys me. Win some trophies and I can fight back. I can't even fight back. Big up anyway for the comment, though. I can't even fight back. Oh, it's madness, man. I have seen us win trophies, but missed out on the big ones. These owners in Arteta are not serious. Yeah, facts, bro. This is what I'm saying. A lot of the generation of Arsenal fans have not seen us win a league title. Been 21 years. Going to be obviously longer, but we're not going to win it this season. So yeah, it's been crazy, man. It's been crazy how long it's been. So yeah, for me, it goes down from the top to the bottom. The owners and the manager and the players, or everyone's involved. Everyone that's contributing towards the season so far. Yes, we've had injuries, but the decisions made before the start of the season in the summer transfer window, not buying enough key players, not buying a forward line that's capable of competing at the highest level when it comes to the Champions League and the Premier League. They're the reasons why I'm on the board. They're the reasons why I'm on the manager, because he's got a lot of power, a lot to say. Remember, Arsene Wenger's downfall was when he had too much power in the club. He was dictating how much the club was spending on fees. You're not the financial director, pal. You're not the financial advisor. Why are you telling the club what they should spend on players, bro? You should just say, I want this player, and the club gets the player for you. So that's when it was the downfall for Arsene Wenger, because he was holding back, not spending enough money to improve the team, and the team suffered. It declined. And yeah, everyone got fed up and then wanted him out. So hopefully, for Arteta's sake, you don't go down that route, man. You don't go down that route, because he seems to be having a lot more say, a lot more power. I don't think that's a good thing, especially when you're an employee at a club, because that just means you're embedded and you're ingrained into the club when you've not really earned it. You've not really had the stature. If Arsene Wenger could get hounded out and he won 3 league titles, 2 doubles, 1 invincible, then for you need to at least win 3 to be on that level, bro. And you've not won 1. So yeah, crazy, man. Crazy. Big up, Gooner. Smash those like, guys. Make sure you smash those like on 20. Let's get to 25, man. 13 in the building on YouTube. Make sure you smash the like button for your boy. Arteta was the frustrated the way they lost against West Ham. The performance was a disgrace. Yeah, obviously, earlier in the stream, bro, I did do a read of obviously his post-match press conference, or post-match press comments, shall I say. And yeah, obviously he wasn't happy, man. He wasn't happy, and he did take the blame. He did take the blame, and I did credit him for that, to be fair, taking a lot of the blame of obviously the performance not going right. But yeah, not happy, and so he shouldn't be, man, because the performance from the players and the manager in terms of his decisions, his substitutions, how we set up, how he attacked West Ham was not good enough at all, man. What's your thoughts on PSV? Can you beat them with the squad? If you and if you do, are you dreading playing Real Madrid? Well, you know what? I think that's going to be a very difficult game, you know, the PSV game. I can't lie, especially with the way we're set up, the way we're playing, because you got to think that PSV will probably try and settle with that low block. And this is the issue now, guys. Like, everyone's got a blueprint on how to beat Arsenal, whether it's someone in the Champions League, someone in the Championship, someone in the Premier League, right? Everyone knows how to beat us. Play that low block, play that compact two banks of four, make Arsenal try and break you down, and then on the counter attack, just open them up and just have your way with them. That's the issue I've got. Do you understand? So yeah, I think that's going to be a difficult game, bro. And then, bro, you know what? Real Madrid ain't even certain. We ain't even certain. Even if we beat PSV, it's not even certified we're going to even get Real Madrid. I think the one, because I think Real Madrid are going to win the Champions League, but I said the one thing that might stop them is getting another Spanish team. You know how it's strange when teams from the same division face each other. It's normally the team that's not above the other team that gets through. It's always weird like that, whether it's two German teams or two French teams or, do you know what I'm saying, two Spanish teams. And I feel like Atletico Madrid are a team that could do 2-2, like 2-0 draws and get them to penalties and knock them out, or do like a 1-0 win and a 1-0 loss and get them to penalties and knock them out. So, yeah, I think that's going to be a tight game. And also, they're both competing for the La Liga with Barcelona. Very good title race, very tight, a proper title race, if you ask me. And it's all very tight at the top. I think it might be 1 or 2 points separating the three teams. So, yeah, I think it's going to be difficult to beat PSV with obviously, like you said, the personnel we've got. No striker, recognized striker in the Champions League is crazy. And then, bro, it could be Atletico Madrid, it could be Real Madrid, but whoever it is, if we do get past PSV, I expect us to get knocked out in the next round, if I'm being honest, in the quarters again, if we do get there, because I just can't see how we have the quality to beat a Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid over 2 legs, man, because we're going to have to be defensively sound. We're going to have to have not only that, but have the steel, have the experience, have the know-how, especially away from home, and also as well, the way the draw has been dealt, we're going to be at home at first leg. So away from home is going to be the second leg. So we're going to have to be holding on away at the Bernabeu or Atletico Madrid Stadium. So yeah, going to be very, very difficult, guys, man. Going to be very, very difficult. Nemanja Mitrovic says, trophyless, you know the Champions League is there. Brother, we've never won it in our history, bro. So, and we haven't got a striker. And you can argue the Champions League is harder to win than the Premier League because of the teams that are in it. And you look at our route, we've got Real Madrid or Atletico if we beat PSV, and then potentially Liverpool or PSG or Aston Villa. So, yeah, all teams that we struggle against in terms of Aston Villa and Liverpool in the league, we don't really beat them at their ground. So, yeah, man. Or at our ground. So, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's not looking good, bro. That's why I said trophyless season, man. We're not winning the Champions League, bro. I can't lie. We're not winning it, man. Let's be honest. Let's just be real here, man. We're not going to win the Champions League, man. But big up everyone for locking in, tuning in. For me, big up Nicholas. That's an honest answer. I've heard lots of Arsenal fans saying the opposite, which I think is crazy. Nah, bro, listen, you see with me, yeah, I'm honest. I'm not really that. I'm not, bro. I obviously love the club, love Arsenal, but I'm very, very honest, man. I'm not going to be biased. I'm not going to just be positive and optimistic for the sake of it. I need evidence. I'm an evidence guy, which means that I need evidence that you can achieve or do something for me to really buy into it. This is why with Arteta, I'm struggling to back him, because there is no previous evidence of him winning leagues. There's no previous evidence of him winning major trophies on a consistent basis, because this is his first job. This is why it's very hard for me to get behind us and him getting the job in the first place, and him as a manager going forward, because there is no template to say that he can turn this round. There's no template to say he's going to get the best out of a striker, because, again, he's never done it. So, yeah, that's why. So, when it comes to Arsenal, I've seen how we played all season. It's been atrocious. Even with Saka, Saka's been bailing us out in certain games, being the man of the match, getting the goals, getting the assists. I remember the Southampton game, we were 1-0 down, Havertz scored the equaliser. Saka scored and got an assist for Martinelli. And, bro, Southampton are the worst team in the league by far. And that just shows you one of the games where one of the performances weren't very good. So, yeah, for me, we've not been good all season, if I'm being honest. We've not been good, like, performance-wise, consistency-wise. There's a reason we've not won more than 3 games in a row in the league. I know we went 15 unbeaten, but a lot of draws in there. A lot of draws we should not have drawn as well, like Everton at home, etc., Brighton away. So, yeah, Aston Villa at home, we were 2-0 up. So, yeah, a lot of inconsistencies this season, and it's not been our season. But for me, you run out of excuses, man, because what if this happens next season? What if we get a load of injuries next season? What if we don't start well next season? What if we get red cards next season? It's just, bro, there has to be a cut-off point with these things, man. There, for me, there's just a lack of objective that has to be followed. If at the start of the season, the owner came out and said, look, we're looking to win the Premier League. If that's not met, then we'll find someone else to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? That's when you care about winning. That's why you got to big up, even though he was obviously a rival owner, you've got to big up Roman Abramovich, because he always cared about the club rather than any individual, whether it's players, managers, whatever. He just cared about the club winning. And it didn't matter who it was, whether it's you, or you. If you can't do it in a season, you're out. I'll get someone that can. And that was the consistency of Chelsea winning major trophies for 20 years. There's no coincidence. He's left, and they've not won a trophy since he's left. He was the root of it. Yes, they had good managers. Yes, they had good recruitment. Yes, they had good players. But his mentality of being a winner, being a billionaire winner who wanted to create a legacy for a massive team, to even be a greater team, winning the Champions League twice and all these other big trophies, Premier League, whatever. His mentality to push that forward was ultimately the reason why they ended up getting over the line and was so consistently successful for such a long period of time with different managers and different teams. It all comes from the top and filters way down. When you ain't got it from the top, you've seen it with Spurs, you've seen it with Liverpool, to a certain extent, obviously not so obviously recently, but you've seen it with Liverpool. Sorry, you've seen it with Spurs, you've seen it with Arsenal. When you've got those owners that don't care, bro, it's very, very difficult to win major trophies, Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues, man, because they just don't invest in the team. I'm the same with Ange, the cab driver at the wheel. We have no chance in the Europa. We are just not good enough. Nah, I can understand your frustration, man. I can understand your frustration, 100%. Nah, not winning that. Arteta out, Kroenke's out, sell the club. Damn, man. Bro, listen, I don't even blame you even saying that, if I'm being honest, man. I don't even blame you even saying that. Like, a lot of fans feel like that as well, though. Like, selling the clubs, like the Kroenke's out. Like, a lot of fans have felt like that, but I feel like the Kroenke's have let their mass slip this season when they've not spent the money. Like, they should have forced Arteta to get. No, you're getting a striker. Bro, pick one. We can't get Sesko. Pick another one. We're getting one. Like, you're the owners, man. You're part of the money. Like, what is going on? What do you mean? You watch the game. If you're invested in the team, you'll know that we need a striker if you watch the games. But they're not invested like that. They don't even probably know what's going on. They're just pointing people in charge and being like, yeah, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that kind of thing. But yeah, bro, if you're invested in the team, we need a striker. Pick a striker. You're getting one this season, and you better win or something. That's the ultimatum, man. That's the alternative. Not, yeah, we might see what happens, or we'll trust in Arteta to pick the right profile, or next summer's war chest, and all this kind of stuff, which you always hear every season. And yeah, it just shows you the lack of ambition in terms of pushing that forward, pushing the money forward. And for me, it's not good enough, man. It's not good enough, especially when a lot of fans are spending a lot of money week in, week out. Week in, week out, they're spending a lot of money, bro. A lot of money. And yeah, for me, something needs to change. Whether we can, I don't know if we can get them out. Obviously, a lot of people will have to obviously take a stand, take a rise, and put in the right infrastructure for us to really make a change going forward with the how we demand the Kroenke should be acting if they do obviously end up staying in the club. That's the key thing for me, man. If we don't do that, then bro, it's just going to be the same old. I'm afraid. Like, and it's very depressing to think about, because it's like, bro, this is literally never going to end. Then this is literally never going to end. Like, it's just going to be the same old. Year in, year out, week in, week out. But yeah, you know me. I try to be a positive person, but for me, you just can't be deluded, innit? You just have to just call a spade and say, you know what, this isn't good enough for what we expect, for what we want. We want to be challenging and winning trophies on a consistent basis. It doesn't really matter who it is. Like, I don't personally mind who it is, like, as soon as like manager. As long as you do it, I don't really care. Like, if they brought in Mourinho, who for me I don't personally rate anymore, but if they brought in Mourinho and he did it, bro, big him up, man. He's done it. He's got us over the line. Do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. We move on. Do you know what I'm saying? But for me, it's just too much of, oh yeah, we don't know. We have to trust Mikel. We have to trust this guy all the time. And yeah, for me, it's not the right way to go, in my personal opinion. But yeah, that's gonna be. Let me go through the last few. If Arteta goes trophyless again next season, should he be sacked? Bro, for me, he should be sacked this season. If he goes trophyless this season, that's just my personal opinion. Whether that happens or not, we shall see, man. But yeah, big up everyone for the comments. Make sure you like the video if you're not already. All the clubs that win trophies have a board and owner that spend big, pay the big wages. City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Bayern, and Barcelona. That is factual as well. What happened to Gabriel Martinelli? Felt like he was going straight to the top. Bro, it's been a lot of things with him, man. I feel like positionally he's not obviously not favoured the position he's playing in at the minute when it comes to being that touchline winger. I feel like he's more of an inside forward. And yeah, for his own personal development, I don't think he's really improved his actual football IQ from a couple of years ago. So I think it's a combination of things as well, man. Are you leaving a live, bro? I'm going to redirect back to my channel. We're going to do a show, me and my boy Colin, Arsenal and Chill, discussing the West Ham game. So, bro, you guys just lock in, stay on the live. It's going to be starting at 6 o'clock, so 4 minutes time. I'm going to redirect in a minute. So yeah, big up everyone that's tuned in, locked in with me for 2 hours nearly, my man. That's been a breath of fresh air. It's been great tuning in with you guys. Fortunately, Sally is West End, Philip Walter Foden. These slander names are crazy. Fortunelli is or Fart is that Fortunelli? Fartinelli? Crazy, man. He's not a left winger. Nah, he is. He's a forward, man. He's a wide forward at best, man. But big up everyone in the chat. Big up everyone that's liked the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to redirect now to my next stream starting in 3 minutes time. Big up everyone. Big up everyone in the chat. Big up Yasin, man. Love, bro. Hope to see you in the next stream in 3 minutes time at 6 o'clock. Make sure you guys are locked in, man. Big up Vidic, always, as always, man. Big up everyone in the chat. I'll see you on the flip side. Big up Nicholas, man. I think Arteta overplays his players. So when players like Saka get a real bad injury, how is anyone surprised? 100%, man. 100%. I completely agree with you, man. But yeah, big up everyone in the chat. Till next time, man. Don't hate to play at the game. And yeah, I'll see you guys in 2 minutes.